Oh, what the hell?
305 MIA, yo. Miami.
Oh, shit. I thought I was Houston this whole time.
We just came back from the beach, and we took a L.
That flag football game is cheesy.
And we took a L.
That flag football game is cheesy, man.
But, fuck a pre-intro. Let's get right into the shits.
Let's go.
Get into shits. It is what it is. It what it is.
I don't know our own intro. I swear that sounded like it.
Yeesh, not even close. Not even close to the intro. Because the real intro is gonna come up like right now. Microphone check 1 2 1 2.
Hello.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. You already know what it is. We are live and direct.
Hello, everybody.
Live and direct at the crib.
Coming to you live from
In the cribby.
Ontario.
In the cribby. Already know what it is, man. We out here.
We make a hippie hop. Give me sticky. Look at my hippie hop.
We out here, motherfuckers.
We out here in the crib.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of the True North Views podcast. Episode 19.
19, Uno.
It's
What's nine?
I don't know.
I was gonna say 1 Uno and name.
I don't really
Nine.
know any fucking
Numbers.
language for 19 now that I think about it. Fuck it.
Counting like I can read it. I
Wow.
stopped at 6.
Anyways, wow. Boy, did we fuck up there. Episode 19. We're legal across the country.
Across the country of Ontario,
all of Canada.
all of
19
Canada.
is the legal age.
Last
We
year
can
was
go to the
only-
LCBO.
Last episode was only Montreal.
We can buy cigarettes.
Jeez.
Cigarettes are for lames. Don't do it.
You can buy weed.
Who wore
on
number
October
19?
17.
Anyone wore number 19 in the league?
I
I don't think so.
don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there's got to be a trash player that's like the best at that number in NBA league history.
Okay. Famous 19 jerseys. That's
Famous
what I
number 19s. It's going to be a bunch of hockey.
I see a bunch of soccer. Kane. Oh no, that's 88. Wow.
What do you mean Kane in 88?
It said Kane 88. Like
Oh, yeah, no. Patrick Kane is 88. Okay.
I don't know why it came up when I searched.
Man,
19.
we ain't going to do this then.
Too
There ain't
much
no,
work.
there ain't no
I'll
popular
look for it throughout like as we go through the episode. But Willis Reed. NBA.
Willis Reed. You know what?
Yeah, Willis Reed.
Shout out to Willis Reed. This is going to be our Willis Reed episode number 19.
And Tony
We
Gwynn.
are out the fuck here, guys. But nonetheless, welcome to another episode of the True North Views podcast. It is your go-to podcast to start your week.
Mhm.
It's your favorite podcast. It's your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast.
Tell them
Toronto's
again.
official, unofficial podcast.
We are the kings of dope criticism.
Ayo.
The Pharaohs of Prolific Opinion.
Ooh-wee.
The emperors of elevated thoughts.
Straight up, it's your boy Harris here.
I go by the name JustShola.
And as usual, we're giving you our views from the perspective of a couple of first-generation Canadians on what's really buzzing, what people are
Buzz,
talking
buzz.
about,
Buzz,
and most
buzz.
importantly, what people are not talking enough about. Now, I'm going to get right into the shits. I noticed
go.
something.
Let's go.
It might be a slow week.
Let's go. It's a slow week.
It might be a
I don't
slow
think
week,
it's a
low-key,
slow
because I'm just putting it out there, man. Other podcast episodes were a little bit shorter than usual. A little bit shorter than usual.
We're talking about what's on the highlights. That's why. It's what everyone's
So,
talking about.
You know what, man?
Not about
Let's
shit that
see.
No one's talking about.
Let's see how far into the 2 hours we get. We've
Yeah,
been
2
saying we
hours.
want to reduce it.
We're trying. Honestly, we look at the time. We're like, how?
We've been saying we want to reduce
How?
it. So we're just going to be like, hey, let's see what the fuck happens. And let's get into the shits.
Let's get it.
Now, I want to start with the music potpourri, man. I want to get right into some new releases. I know we usually keep that aside. But nothing really came out this week except one surprise project.
One surprise project.
Now, this is the project Kamikaze by one Eminem.
Eminem. Did you like this project?
Before I get to that, I think Eminem heard us.
I think you heard
I think he
everybody.
heard us. I think he heard us. If you take a look at the Instagram page, and that reminds me to plug the socials.
Oh, yo, I had the note when I did not say it. I had to say plug.
That reminds me to plug the socials. So, make sure you follow us, guys, at True North Views, all one word, TrueNorth VIEWS. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We got the YouTube page up and running. All the episodes are on there currently. Otherwise, you're going to be using your podcast streaming platform of choice. So we are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We're on Google Play. We are on multiple other. We're not going to go through it again. But we're on multiple other platforms: podcast app, Podbean, a few others as well. So
anywhere you find podcasts, you could probably find us.
If you just Google True North Views podcast, you will find several sources to listen to the heat.
Yup.
To all the existing listeners, we appreciate you.
Like E40 said, yup.
Yup. Hyphy, the hyphy movement. We appreciate the existing listeners. We appreciate the new listeners.
Love y'all too.
And we only have one ask of all of you. Please spread. Please spread that word. 6 degrees. We're doing a social experiment here.
It's huge.
So if you tell 6 people,
if this takes off,
about our podcast, and in telling them about the True North Views podcast, you tell them, I have one more ask of you. My only ask of you is to tell 6 more people, and then you wash it, and then you rinse it, and then you repeat it, and then you recycle.
Recycle, guys.
It's a social experiment. Mm-hmm. So if every single person does that,
we out here doing
let's see how quick we can get everyone to know about us.
We are scientists in this. We are scientists in this bitch.
Let's see how quick we can get everyone to know us, man. So spread the word. Nonetheless, we appreciate it. We appreciate you guys rocking with us.
Love you.
Shout out to everyone. Let me give them a motherfucking round of applause, man. Let me give them a motherfucking round of applause, man.
Turn that soundboard. What episode did you say? Episode 20? 2 episodes early. We got the soundboard ready.
Got that soundboard, man. Round of applause to all the listeners. We appreciate you guys.
Right, imagine you're on stage and
we definitely appreciate you guys, man. So let's get into this Eminem shit. Like I was saying, I think you heard us with our criticism of him.
I think you did. I think you heard everybody because he came at everybody.
You asked me if I like the album. It's decent.
Okay.
It's decent. I think it has a time and a place.
Yeah, there we go.
I think really the first time I heard it, I was really into it. I was like, whoa. Eminem spazzed out.
Did you?
Did not expect it.
Mm-hmm. He came from
did not expect it at all. So
different.
That was good.
Eminem.
What do you think about the sound? The sound of the album.
It sounded like old Eminem, which is what I liked. It sounded like Marshall Mathers LP. Curtain Call Eminem.
Okay.
He went to now he's not talking about the same topics he was, which we talked about actually last episode.
Right.
2 episodes ago, he said he can't talk about murdering people and raping girls anymore. But he flipped it, put his own flow into it, and now he made it.
He was going in on some people.
Oh yeah, he definitely had some hatred in it.
He was definitely going in on some people.
He was in his feelings. They're definitely in his feelings.
Yo.
But I liked it. It was better than the last 2-3 things he dropped, hands down.
By far.
So it's one of the best things he's dropped in a while. It actually put his name back and saying, you know what, maybe Eminem hasn't fallen off. Maybe he just went a different direction.
That's a good point. Has this album put Eminem back into the discussion? I'm not going to say of great. I saw a tweet today. Tell me if you agree with this. Eminem is like the Ronaldinho of soccer. He's not the GOAT, but you can't compare anyone to him.
Yes, I agree. He's not the greatest, but I think he's unique and he's really good at that thing he's unique at.
That's facts.
That's it.
That is super facts. Do you think he was trying to make a statement with this album?
Yes. I think he was trying to say, I know y'all think I can't rap anymore. I know y'all think my topics are lame. Psych, no, they're not. Here's some shit I can still talk about. And I want to do it with my flow. And you know that Eminem, 313, 313,
213,
he made it really entertaining this time.
You know what, man? But there's certain songs where he wasn't doing that.
There was that song
he was actually getting it in. Let's talk about some standout tracks. The Joyner Lucas track.
I thought that was good. That was good.
Bodied.
I think Joyner Lucas just does the same thing every time. I'm not surprised by what Joyner Lucas does anymore.
Like you're not really into Joyner like that after the I Am White People or whatever music video.
And then he did a Gucci Gang remix. I don't know if you've heard that.
No, I haven't.
And then he did a Bank Account remix, the 21 Savage Bank Account remix.
So he's just remixing shit.
Like he just kind of just goes at SoundCloud rappers.
He's
mumble
fucking.
rappers. But he does this whole same flow thing where he just spits really fast, but it's always the same flow. I couldn't imagine like the song with Chris Brown. It's like
every time I gotta go back.
It's just the same flow, and he just does it. It's good. Don't get me wrong. I can't do it.
But you're saying it gets stale quick.
Exactly. He doesn't, but he does have good rhyme patterns, and he is really good at his writing. Or Eminem's right, and this is where Eminem's album I liked it because Eminem in this skit with I love his skits. The one where Paul Rosenberg, is it Paul Rosenberg?
Paul Rosenberg, yeah.
The one where he calls Paul Rosenberg back and he's like, someone just said I rhymed chain with or rhyme with climb. And he's like, do they not understand rhyming patterns? I rhymed the whole sentence. And then like that's how Eminem rhymes. But people of like these newer kids, they don't know.
They don't really.
They just rhyme the last words. Like, oh, he rhymed chair with stare, but they don't take in that he was rhyming the third word in every sentence, and then the second syllable with the eighth syllable. Like it's not about the last word.
Well, we clearly know Eminem is on another level lyrically. I think that's definitely not something that you can deny. I don't think it's Paul Rosenberg, by the way. I think it's just called Paul.
Well, no, it's his manager.
Oh, it is Paul Rosenberg. Okay.
No, he does it on all his albums.
But technically, the skit is called Paul. It's just Paul Rosenberg on it. But
on his older albums, always Paul calls. Paul's like, I heard your album. I do not think you should release it.
Damn,
do you really think this is a good thing? Damn. It's fucking funny as hell.
But like I was saying, he did switch up his flow on a couple of tracks. So again, let me just get some standout tracks. So again, I really like that Joyner Lucas Lucky You track.
That was good.
That Stepping Stone track was really good, but the chorus was trash. You know when he does that singing shit?
Yeah, I did not like that. Like, come on, man.
Trash.
Come on, man. We ain't even trying to hear you sing. Let's be honest.
That Royce the 5'9" track was nice. It's called Not Alike.
Royce is always good.
Especially that last verse. Eminem was bodying.
The intro was good. I know we were, but the intro, I actually like the intro. That was where he got at most people.
And then he got to like everyone else on that track Fall.
Yeah.
So that one was good. I like Good Guy as well. Good Guy was actually a surprising track. Was that
the end? I didn't finish the album.
That was the one
like 2 or 3 tracks.
Maybe you didn't get to that track. So he was kind of talking about relationships in that one. He was just kind of changing it up. I didn't expect that.
There was one. Oh, okay, wait. That if it's a relationship, that might have been like the 3rd track on the album. There was one where we were talking about a girl and how like they hate each other, but then they love each other. Some bullshit. It was a good album in general.
Off the top of my head. Do we have a rating for this album?
Yeah.
Is it too?
I'll say it's too early. Let me finish listening to it. Initial listen 8 tracks or like 80% listen. I'll give it like an 8 out of 10.
That's high, man.
I'll give it an 8. It was pretty good, honestly.
I get it. No, I mean I get it.
And it's Eminem. Like you know, he put in work and effort. He didn't just go to the studio yesterday and come out with an album today.
That's true.
He put in time. He wrote his lyrics. He got his beats. He sits with producers, make sure his beats proper.
So he's coming at a few people.
Yeah,
he's coming at a few people. I have some lyrics pulled up. I did my Googles. And let's see who he's going at. So he's going at Lil Yachty.
Hey, Lil Boat.
Kind of. He says, I can see people why Lil Yachty, but not me though. Wait, what? I can see why people like you, Lil Yachty, but not me though. Not even dissing. It just ain't for me. All I am simply is just an MC. Maybe Stan just isn't your cup of tea. Maybe your cup full of syrup and lean.
Jeez.
Eminem. That's on The Ringer.
Stan was a good track. Stan was one of his best tracks.
That's okay. I mean, the Lil Yachty bar.
No, I meant Stan like as a song.
No, I know. I'm judging the bar. I'm judging the bar. Who else needs to go at?
He went at Lil Xan.
He said Lil Pump, Lil Xan imitate Lil Wayne.
Jeez.
I should aim at everybody in the game. Pick a name.
Jeez.
I am fed up with being humble. And rumor is I'm hungry. I'm sure you heard the rumblings. I'm sure you want to rumble. I heard you mumbling, but it's jumbled in mumble jumble. I can't even impersonate him.
You can't. That's why I say he's unique at that.
Like he does that.
Pretty much.
Switches it up. Who else does he go at? He doesn't really. I mean, okay, this one was.
He went at Joe Budden, didn't he?
He went at Budden a little bit. I was a little upset by that.
He said something about Charlamagne too. He said, "If I give you Donkey of the Day."
Donkey of the Day shit. He said, "Who else did he go at?" He's just going at like the young kids. He's basically trying to go at everyone that's trying to judge him Um,
His last album was pretty shit though. We weren't wrong in
but
that.
do you want that to be like the react? You know what I mean? Like, do you want Eminem to be spazzing out at new age
I
rappers?
definitely don't. I think he's above this.
That's the thing,
He's one of the
right? This is
greats.
almost a
So,
Nicki thing.
but see, Nicki didn't do it. He didn't go on Twitter to do this. And he went on Machine Gun Kelly for coming as daughter too. Let's
Oh
not
yeah, I
forget
got a
that.
Machine Gun Kelly. Shit.
That was a big one.
Do I have
Coming as
that one
daughter.
loaded up?
That one was funny.
Damn. I have the Tyler one. People were criticizing him for the Tyler one.
What did he say? Because Tyler has stands, and everyone thinks that if you come at Tyler, then you're automatically
No, because that's not why he
What did he
used
say?
FAGG.
The rest
He
of it?
used the F word. I think he used the F word. I don't remember the bar, but I think he used the F word. I mean, it's music. To some degree, it's music. I don't have an issue with it per se.
Actually, no.
But like you were saying, I think it's just you're above it to some extent.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like if you can put it in some lyrics and you can make some money off of it, and you can actually make it sound good and coherent, and it doesn't sound like maybe a desperate attempt to get at you. I'm for it.
I agree.
I'm for it. I mean, this is what I've been trying to tell you with like there's pressure on these new age rappers. And that's why I think a lot of them are not going to stick around. And that's why you notice even the new age rappers today that are, let's say, emerging in the last 12 months, they got to have lyricism.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't that 3 years ago.
There's only, for the new age rappers, you need to be more than just a hype song to make it past.
But 3 years ago, that's what it was. When guys like Pump and Perp were just getting into the game.
Yeah, it's all about hype song at that point. But eventually
but
it gets
lyrics
stale.
meant nothing.
Yeah, because
at that brief moment of time. That's why I say like that era of rap, in my opinion, is already done.
No, I don't think it's done because I think it would never go away. There's just going to be a next 16-year-old that's going to come out with a hit hype song today, and then he's gonna be hot for like a year, and then he's gonna fall off, and then another 18-year-old.
But don't you think for that 16-year-old to reach the next level, he's gonna have some lyricism involved?
Oh yeah, that's why a lot of them are falling off. The ones that have no lyrics. But I don't think this style of rap is going to be done. I think we're still going to get hype music. Like
we'll still get
every few years.
Don't get me wrong,
we just won't see 20 of them like we did 3 years ago.
Yeah,
that's what
you know. What that makes me extremely happy.
It makes everyone happy.
That makes me extremely happy.
We need everyone to know, like, yeah, we bump this type of music, but it's not what rap is all about. Don't let these white people get confused that rap is Lil Pump and Smoke Perp.
Straight up. Any final thoughts on this Eminem shit, man?
No, but it gives us a good transition into our next topic.
I'm just gonna say one more thing about the Eminem.
Okay, go.
Again, I can acknowledge.
You didn't even give it a rating.
I mean, I might. I don't think I have one.
Give it an initial rating. Everyone come at you. Get at him, guys. He's gonna be able to give a 6 out of 10.
Initial rating. Shit, I'm thinking.
Remember, no promo for this.
I don't care about that. I don't care about the.
I care about. I think that
I don't care about the success of it. I don't care about. I mean, the surprise factor, yeah, means something, but I don't care about like the critically acclaimed factor. I just care about my own rating.
No, but I care about, like, because when I say no promos, as in that's how good they are. Like, they don't need to.
I want to say maybe like a
album.
7 really? Out of 10. I mean,
well, that's you.
Because for me, like he's still like he's going off lyrically. He's going off lyrically, but the voice, man. I'm sorry, but in some of those songs, it's just like I just picture the Scooby Doo 213 shit, man.
I give you that.
And I can't get over that.
I'll give you that.
I just cannot get over that. But you know what? All in all, I'm happy for this surprise project. Eminem Kamikaze. He did a good job.
I like
at the end of the day. He did. Did you see Rolling Stone magazine? Try to talk some shit.
Oh, what they say?
They said it's been a disappointing year for hip hop.
Oh my god, where was that chart I made about how summer's been too lit for hip hop?
Yo, we'll do that. We'll do that when it's officially fall.
Like, are you telling me summers? I made a whole list and I had to cut out the shit that happened in summer just because of how hot I thought this summer was. I think this summer will go down, and I don't want to ruin it, but I think it will go down in hip hop history as one of the hottest summers, storyline and music wise.
I think it could.
I think it will. I think everyone's going to 10 years from now, like, remember 2018 when that happened and that happened and that happened and that happened?
I think it very much has that capability to be that year. We gotta we gotta get a good end. And I know you're just talking about summer, but
Yeah.
if we can talk about 2018 as a whole, if we get that one project to solidify the end of the year,
like a Wale project,
that
like
means we got the beginning. We got the beginning with Nipsey Hussle. We got the middle with everything, and then we get the end with
Uzi.
Pick an album. Right?
Watch Uzi end of the year.
Damn, if it's Uzi, man,
I don't blame Uzi. I think Uzi's here for a while.
Uzi will be here for a while.
He's one of the few people that are here for a while. I don't mind his music too.
That's absolutely no doubt about it. Man, I'm trying to find that fucking Rolling Stone article. But basically what they're saying is that like another veteran has released another disappointing project. I think they were trying to get at Nicki. I think they were trying to get at Jay-Z and Beyonce. I think they were trying to get at I don't remember who else. The Kanye stuff.
Okay.
Basically, they're saying, oh, the veterans are releasing trash this year. Therefore, 2018 has not been a good year for hip hop.
No,
that's silly to me. I mean, that's Rolling Stone just not being part of the culture.
Probably not, exactly. I agree with them that not everything's been up to these guys' par. Like, this is not their highest of their highest.
Very true.
But it's also not disappointing. They release music, so that's something.
Exactly. So
that's more
they're tripping. Rolling Stone is on one. But let's get off this Eminem shit, man. You said segue.
Quick talk, because we're talking about new age rappers and YBN Almighty L.
Almighty L. Wow.
He did a Black
This guy just called YBN Almighty Jay YBN Almighty L. That's fucking funny.
He said in an interview with I think it was actually Paul Rosen.
Was
Believe it or not, I think it was Paul.
It was on the Rosenberg show.
It was
not Paul. That's what's his name?
Peter Rosenberg.
Paul Rosenberg. Peter Rosenberg.
Y'all Jewish. Y'all sound the same.
Damn, son.
Probably brothers.
Damn, son.
What's it called? Open Late? Yeah, it's called Open Late with Peter Rosenberg.
Yep.
Him and the other two YBNs were there.
Corday.
And the other one, Namir.
Uh-huh.
And they were talking about like their history of music, and both of them Namir decided not to say anything. And
Namir low-key don't know either.
Yeah, but he kept quiet.
Corday knows his shit though.
Corday knows his shit.
He studied his shit.
Almighty L came with he doesn't know who Wu-Tang is.
This guy's sticking to Almighty L. Holy fuck, that's funny as shit.
He's an L. He doesn't know who Wu-Tang is.
He does not know who Wu-Tang is.
Are you disappointed?
I thought about this.
I gave this some good thoughts.
I gave this a lot of So basically, the question that I want to ask is, should younger artists be expected to know the history? Like, should they be expected to know the biggest acts of yesterday's hip-hop?
I would say they shouldn't be expected, but if they do, it's a bonus. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's like saying you don't expect... Actually, no, I don't know how to explain it.
It's like, okay, let's maybe use basketball as a reference, right? Wouldn't you expect Jason Tatum to be aware of Elgin Baylor?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But you expect him to know his stats? Or you expect to know that he was a good player? But you expect to know Michael Jordan's stats and that Michael Jordan was a good player.
Okay, so put it this way. This is the way that I see this.
There's a timeline difference. Eventually, you need to stop. Like, you need to, like...
But the Wu-Tang is, like, generational.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Wu-Tang is different in this case.
So, to me, it's like... Okay, put it this way. If you said... I'm trying to think of a good example. Yo, Jason Tatum, what team did James Worthy play for?
And he says, I don't even know who James Worthy is.
And he says, I have no clue. You got to be a little disappointed.
You know what? When you put it that way, if you are in that industry, you should know. You
have to be a little disappointed.
You should know some history.
But at the same time, why? Why do they need to know? Like, do we know about jazz from the 80s? Do we know, like, did we listen to Miles Davis and Oscar Peterson and all that kind of... No, we didn't. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's hard to say.
That's why I said I don't feel like they should be expected to. Mm-hmm. But if they do, it should be seen as a serious bonus.
I can understand that.
But that's why Almighty L hasn't had a hit, because he doesn't know any damn music.
I honestly don't know a single Almighty J song.
And I'm not going to give him any of my plays.
I have no clue what his flow is.
I have no idea. I know Corday before I know him.
Namir's trash.
Namir's been trash.
Corday is nice.
I think Corday is still overrated.
Overrated.
I think he just came out with a shocking song.
With his freestyle?
With his J. Cole response.
I
think that just hit everyone.
Didn't he do another freestyle?
He did another one. I don't remember. He had a song before that too. He had like a remix of Eminem's "My Name Is."
Oh yeah, he did. I think that was the one that I saw.
That one went pretty viral, and then the J. Cole one like blew him up. Anyway, enough about these guys.
Enough about this YBN Almighty L.
Are they expected?
Doesn't know who the Wu-Tang is, man.
He couldn't even name one member. He said Wu.
He said Wu.
Oh my god!
You telling me you don't know the RZA, Jizza, Ghostface,
Method Man,
You God? Like
OBJ.
You don't know like any of these guys?
How would say OBJ? ODB.
ODB. Like, come on, man. You got to know at least like, especially for how like Wu-Tang, the symbol is still used today.
It is. It's huge. When you see people with shirts with Wu-Tang shirts, it says like that's a Wu-Tang shirt. Like,
facts.
It's not something like, oh wow, that's a nice logo.
So it's like a recognized logo.
So I think he was just doing this for views, which I think everyone does.
Yo, somebody said he was lying. What do you think about that?
I feel like
that he actually knows he's just fucking around.
You gotta know at least one Wu-Tang member if you're a rapper.
So do you think it's possible that he was just fucking around?
I feel like he was to an extent. I feel like he may not know like their music. He may not know like 3
RZA.
members.
Like he knows.
Yeah, he knows RZA. He gotta know RZA. He gotta know
somebody.
Like he gotta know one person at least. Like, if you don't know RZA, like.
If you don't know the name the RZA in the music industry, like at that point,
you're not meant for the music industry.
What are you really doing?
Go be a grocery bagger at Walmart or something.
At No Frills. At Sheriff's No Frills. But I don't know, man. Like YBN Almighty L, you gotta pick it up, man. You gotta pick it up.
Dumbass.
You gotta fucking pick it up. But he got his Black China package on though.
They broke up again, didn't they?
No, but Black China is a starter package. See, what happens is if you pay Black China, let's say 30 grand, she will pretend to be your girlfriend for like 4 months. What will happen is it'll raise your profile.
Oh, because she's bigger than you.
Exactly. Thing did it as well.
The boxer guy you're telling me about.
Floyd Mayweather's fighter, Devin Haney. He is 17, turning 18 years old, if not 18 already. And he did the Black China package.
Yo, Black China, we're trying to elevate this podcast. So
I don't think I'll do the Black China pub.
You're not trying to do the Black China
for the podcast? I'm good on that, man.
For the podcast?
I fake date Black China.
For the podcast, though?
I mean,
after those 4
man,
months, you're nice. You don't even need to talk to her again.
Integrity is everything.
Integrity
is everything.
That does mean a lot.
And you know what? If I take the Black China package, I no longer have that integrity. I think I'm good on that, love.
I'm good.
I think I'm good on that, love. Pause though. Shit. What else happened in the music world, man? Kanye West. Kanye West did an interview. Now, this interview was with the Chicago radio station WCGI. Wait, did I say that right? WGCI 107.5. Kanye West.
Wrote it the same way.
Like, yo, it's Kanye West in the building. And you heard it here. You heard it here first at 107.5 WCGI. And I keep saying it wrong.
Was a choice.
He's doing a lot of shit here. So Kanye West wanted to come back to Chicago, be in his homeland, do what he felt was a very important interview. He wanted to get a lot of things off of his chest. I don't know where the videos are anymore.
I could not find any videos.
But so Kanye West is with the shits, man. Kanye Titta. This guy's doing an interview in Chicago, man. 107.5 WGCI. Again, man, he's talking about a lot of shit. He wanted to get real personal on this interview. And again, I don't know where the videos are anymore, but
I can't find any videos.
There were some moments sort of behind the scenes, off camera or off mic, whatever you want to call it. For some reason, the video was available, which really makes me question the authenticity of it. But he was basically saying to the radio interviewer, the host, whatever, he's like, okay, but like when we come back, I want to talk about X, Y, and Z. I guess that happens.
That happens all the time.
That happens behind the scenes all the time.
That happens all the time.
But yeah, again, he wanted to make sure that he was heard this time around. And
like last time we didn't hear it.
it's interesting because it's like there's a lot of shit I'm noticing with Kanye West. First, let me just say some of the facts, and then we'll talk about it and see our thoughts on it. So, a couple of things he's done. Of course, he addressed the slavery comment. He said, I don't know if I properly apologized for how the slavery comment made people feel. I'm sorry that people had felt let down by that comment. He said a few other things. So he spoke about Trump. So after the silence with Kimmel, Kanye did address the question on the radio. He said, I feel that Trump cares about the way that black people feel about him.
Who
And he would
doesn't?
like for black people to like him like they did when he was cool in rap songs and all of this.
He's never
He said
cool in rap
Trump was
songs.
cool, yeah.
We just talked about how much money he had.
But I mean, nonetheless, he was still talked about.
Like Donald
Um,
Trump.
he said he will do things that are necessary to make that happen because he's got an ego like the rest of us. And he wants to be the greatest president. And he knows that he can't be the greatest president without the acceptance of the black community. So it's something he's going to work towards. But we're going to have to speak to him. I'm going to get to we're going to get to that shortly because there's a lot that I want
I
to
had a
unpack
question
there.
there.
You know what? Let's unpack that first because I don't want to say too much. Let's unpack that Trump shit first. So, what do you think about those Trump comments?
So I'm not gonna say anything about his whole because I have a one thing to say about everything he did on this radio station.
Okay.
And I'll say that at the end.
Okay. So,
But I just have one question about this.
Okay,
Where
go
he
ahead.
says he knows he can't be the greatest president without the acceptance of the black community. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like
Yes.
it's yes. So I just want to make sure I wasn't in the wrong thinking that. I feel
Yes,
that's
I think it's true, but I also think that Trump has done 2 years at this point,
See,
and hasn't done any. You know what I mean? Like,
he hasn't made that.
even if he does a full 8 years, you're talking 25% into your presidency. You haven't done anything for people of color.
He released that
I'm
lady
sorry,
from
you
prison.
can't.
I'm
You
sorry.
can't really say he's gonna do anything for the acceptance of black people. It's just not true. Like, it's just not a true statement.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't get what he's trying to say with that. To me, that sounds like bullshit.
Well,
To
I
me,
can
that
say
sounds
more
like
about bullshit.
to me what that sounds like is that he and he's already admitted this in the past.
Who, Trump or Kanye?
Kanye West idolizes Trump's personality.
Yeah, he says it. He said it like when he went on that whole Twitter rant that he's not supporting Trump because of the shit he says because he thinks he has that dragon energy or something.
He has
What do you
some
call it?
bullshit,
Some bullshit energy that he has too, and they can match. Something I don't
which
know.
is bullshit.
Anyway,
Which is bullshit.
I have.
Right.
Go on.
He speaks on Drake.
Hey,
as
shout out
well.
to Drake.
So he says that
Do you know
you know,
that?
the Drake situation, it really hits me in a sensitive place because you like to hang around people. They come to your house, they're around your family and this and that, and then they get mad about a beat, and then they send you purple demon emojis.
Yo, that line killed me. Purple demon emojis really caught me.
Really? Kanye West? Like, are you guys fucking 17 years
Right?
old? He then clarifies, he says, it ain't no beef. We all got love for Drake.
Who doesn't?
We understand that he got upset by the Pusha T diss track, The Story of
Who
Adidon.
wouldn't?
I feel that it was insensitive for Drake to in any way stress me out in any way after the TMZ shit while I was in Wyoming healing, putting all the pieces together, working on my music.
Okay, Kanye.
And, you know, we'll reconcile one day because we got, like, we have to, right? We got work to do. Our voices are just too powerful.
Okay, Kanye. Look at that humble brag there.
Yeah, humble brag. So he also asked about the Pusha T diss track. He said that if Drake mentions something with Pusha T, I can't tell the man not to do anything. He said, just don't bring me into it because that's not what I do. What else did he say?
Am I seeing some of a clip?
They were asking him if what were they asking him? They were asking him if Kanye like cared, like if Kanye provided Pusha T with information, essentially. And Kanye was like, nah, like I honestly don't care that much. In all honesty, I just enjoy music. You know what I'm saying? I like being with my family.
I told you Kanye didn't do it.
So Kanye didn't do it. It was clearly ASAP Rocky. No, I'm fucking with you.
It was XXXTentacion. That's why he got killed.
It was XXX Tenta
We're starting
Triple
conspiracy
SMS Triple X. All that
That's
bullshit.
the only time I shoot below the neck.
Let's unpack this Drake shit.
I think this whole thing was BS.
Like, you think it was staged?
I think it was all because I feel like his whole Trump rant before his album came out and before his albums came out was to sell his albums.
Right.
And now he sold his albums. Now he's clearing up and say, all right, guys, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean... He also didn't get to the slavery part where he apologized for a slavery joke.
Yeah, he did.
Or not joke. Or he did?
Not joke. I mentioned that off the top.
Well, he also apologized for that too. And it's like, no, you can't do it and then apologize after.
Now
you're just trying... Now you got all your sales. We've all listened to your music. Now you want to say, oh, my bad, y'all. I didn't really mean it. Fuck out of here, Kanye, man. I still love you, though. I'm still listening to your music.
You're canceling Kanye the personality?
Yeah, like, I knew it was all publicity. I still feel like this is all a publicity
I don't know, man. Okay, look, here's a part of it as well. And this is the part that I truly, truly believe. I think the mental health is really apparent. Now, as I speak, I am not diagnosing Kanye with anything. I am not a professional in that regard. So don't fucking come at me, world.
Yo, they're coming
at
you.
Kanye, he does speak about the mental health aspect, right? He says, I'm not blaming mental health. I'm just explaining mental health. He said, if you deal with somebody that's bipolar, and they're ramped up, so he's obviously speaking about himself, they might say something that is their truth. That's how they feel. And it's going to be in a way that does not make you feel comfortable, right? Kanye was also talking about the intense level of competitiveness, and he felt like he was becoming irrelevant in the music industry.
Well, yeah,
and he said those different factors also contributed to his outbursts. He says in a relationship, sometimes somebody would just do something just to see if you still love them. And he says people can come in and tell you that. This was only streamed this much, or that didn't sell, or whatever it may be. And it really starts to make you feel like your voice is not meaningful. He's basically said, and this one actually I understood where he's coming from. He says, I come home to Chicago and I hear 3 Drake records and I don't hear a single Ye record.
Well, maybe if you put out more than 7 songs, we will have more options to listen to, Kanye.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I don't know. Kanye always has a reason for his outburst. Like, oh, I'm outburst because what did he say first time? They don't want me. They don't want to hear me. When he went on his rant about Yeezy and him being a fashion designer, and no one wanted to let him in from the Charlemagne interview. He went on a rant there. It's like, oh, they don't want to hear my voice, and now it's because he's bipolar. And honestly, again, like I said, I don't know anything about his mental history and much about mental health in general. I'm still learning as much as everyone else, but you can't go on blaming your mental health for everything you do. But I can't say
it's like
I can't go on and be like, I'm black, that's why I'm doing that. I'm black.
But it's like
that's
he
why
said,
I'm
he's not blaming it. He is explaining it. Now, this is where I'm gonna side with Kanye completely. This is where I'm gonna side with Kanye completely because it's like, yo, mental health is a real fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're going through different things, it really fucks you up. Like if he's going through, like if he has bipolar issues, disorders, whatever you want to refer to it as, most people think about bipolar as being hot and cold, right? You're happy one day, you're sad the next day. That's not quite what bipolarism is. What bipolarism is more so, I don't know if that's
bipolar disorder.
Whatever,
it's called bipolar disorder,
whatever. What it basically is that you go from states of hyperproductivity to states of like manic depression, and you switch back and forth on the fly, right? So if he has that issue where he's facing those things, I completely understand every comment he's ever made.
But he was supposedly on his pills that time, though, wasn't he?
But pills is not going to correct you.
But then when he came to this interview, he was off his pills, and now he's fine. I'm just trying to say
it's not. It's okay.
But I'm not arguing. Like, I'm saying he might be. He might have bipolar. He may be bipolar disorder. He could be, and I hope all is well with him. But all I'm trying to say is you can't keep on using that as your excuse.
But he's not using it.
Yeah, he is.
He's explaining it. He's not using it.
I'm not using being black as an excuse. I'm explaining being black as an excuse.
You are not fucking sensitive at all.
No, I am. Like, and I said, if he has that, by all means, I understand where he's coming from there. But I still feel like there is at a point to where you need to take ownership for your actions.
Yes and no.
And I can't say you can't rob somewhere and be like, oh, it's because I'm black. They took me.
But you're using the wrong example.
How am I using the wrong example? Mental
because
health.
What's happening is your mental health is not allowing you to act in a certain way. Your mental health.
I thought he was getting help.
But you can't change overnight.
Yeah, he's getting help since he went on his rant on tour and he stopped his tour.
So it's supposed
to take 2000 what? That was Pablo tour, 2016, 2017.
So 2 years you got to be fixed.
Not 2 years you got to be fixed, but 2 years. And if you're going to be on TMZ, you should know what you're saying. Like, you should know.
But the whole point of something like bipolar disorder is that you don't know when that side of you is going to come out,
and that's why you have medication for that.
Medication ain't the answer.
Yeah, he's Kanye West, man. He has the money for the good medication.
Answer. Medication is not the answer. You got to go
not
to
the
therapy.
Answer. Yeah, but so he's telling me not
that is
therapy?
the answer. He said he wasn't.
Yeah, I don't believe.
He said he speaks to his family. That is his therapy.
Yeah, Kanye's whack.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get.
So just because he says he has bipolar, it clears him of everything he said.
Hear me out.
That's my question.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Does it clear what he says? No. At the end of the day, he still said, now there was context to it that unfortunately was never looked at.
Context is not key.
But at the end of the day, he still said slavery was a choice to some capacity.
Yeah, he explained more what he meant.
He said it at the TMZ thing. Nobody played that part of the clip.
I'm not even worried about that, Tim.
But now, MAGA stuff, your question is, okay, so MAGA, supporting Trump, etc., etc., etc. You're asking, can we say, okay, because he has a mental health disorder, all of it is okay? Here's the thing. Is it all okay? No.
Okay.
And that I will completely acknowledge. I will completely say the shit that Kanye is doing is just not acceptable, flat out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. However, when there are mental health disorders that are tied into the mix, that are tied into, explaining Kanye's behavior and Kanye having episodes, for lack of a better word, I think it makes sense. I think it can explain the person's actions. I think you can look at a person's actions and say, you know what? I can see why they're doing that. I can see why they did that. So, for example, with Kanye, he's just really, whoa, I almost fucking sneezed there. I coughed. I don't even know what the fuck I just happened. Kanye is like just really bad at articulating himself.
Okay, you know I do believe that.
He just doesn't know how to really articulate his point.
I believe that. If it's not in a song.
As an example, he might not be good at articulating because of mental health. So now that mental health is stopping him from articulating himself correctly. It's making him say raunchier things, for lack of a better word. And that's what's going to get him negative press in the headline. So I think you can always bring everything back to his mental health issue. And if it's true that he has never done therapy, that's clearly the answer why. He has to dig down. He has to learn himself. He has to start understanding who he is to a level that he hasn't even thought about yet. Can't use pills. I don't believe in pills.
I don't believe in pills.
Anyone that has depression issues, do not use depression pills. That shit will fuck you up.
I don't believe in
anyone that has, bipolar disorder, don't use bipolar pills. That shit will fuck you up. Go to therapy, figure yourself out, figure out a more natural way to do things.
Now, what if a therapist tells you to take those pills?
The therapist won't tell you to take that shit.
You're a psychologist or whatever, the psychiatrist.
Nobody will tell you to take.
Oh, they're the one that fucking. How do you think they prescribe Adderall? It's not doctors. Man. It's like your psychologist or one of the psychologists, psychiatrists. One of them can actually prescribe pills.
Any smart one will don't.
No, they do that, man. Because that's how people. Because when you leave therapy, what do you think happens? For the next 2 weeks, they have to keep calm.
I wouldn't do that.
They still take pills. Now, I'm against pills, but if a therapist knows someone's going through severe depression and they say take these pills when I'm not talking to you, I can't talk to you 24/7. You better take those pills.
I still wouldn't do it.
I would take those pills because
I would not recommend to anyone that shit.
When a doctor says take Advil for your headache,
pills numbs you.
Yeah,
right?
But when the doctor says take Advil for your headache, don't say no.
Pills numb you, right? So what happens is your whole sense of thinking becomes numb, and you might do some shit that you're gonna regret.
I don't believe that, man. I've never taken these pills. I've not been prescribed these pills, so I'm not going to say what it does and what it doesn't do. But
I mean, that is
if
true.
a doctor says take something, I will believe you going to school for how many years, take those pills. Again, if it's severe to the point where you need to, I will say take it. If it's not, then don't take it. You know, again, it's all up to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. But
I get it.
I
completely understand.
Just because you suffer from some sort of mental health issue, it doesn't necessarily clear all your wrongs. It doesn't clear...
No, it doesn't clear your wrongs.
Okay, that's what I'm just saying with Kanye. Like, I do believe Kanye is going through
your
stuff.
Wrongs.
It does explain a lot of stuff he says, a lot of stuff he's done. But
I see
I still ain't clearing you just because of that.
I see a lot of pain in Kanye. I see a lot of signs of lack of health mentally.
I see a lot of
publicity I used to think they're publicity stunts, but just like Nicki Minaj, you can truly tell there's some mental health issues. And I don't mean that disrespectfully.
I know you don't, but it's so funny.
I don't mean that disrespectfully.
Nicki Minaj has some
right?
Shit
so it's like
you could talk to someone about.
I can truly see some mental health issues in some of these celebrities, and I know that it's a result of their stardom, their fame, the court of public opinion, and some of the things that they're saying about them. And at the end of the day,
I'll leave that there.
At the end of the day, and we'll talk zoo animal in a bit. At the end of the day, these guys are humans.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right? So, listen, I like joining in on the fun on social media. I do. But you got to ask yourself, am I going too far?
That's a big question.
If I see that this person does something to themselves next week, do I feel like I played a part in it?
Yeah, that's a question. That's a question no one ever asked himself.
Right? So, like...
when Cudi went to rehab, were you part of the people that were saying your album was shit?
You just want to smarten up, man. Smarten up with, like... Okay, again, it's fun. It is fun.
It is fun to tell people, to give your opinion.
But...
behind a computer screen.
Smarten up. Just realize that the words that you're saying has a real effect. You know what I'm saying? It has a real effect on people's lives. It has a real effect on the mental health of people and the way that people think about themselves and their environment. I can see very clear issues with somebody like a Kanye West, somebody like a Nicki Minaj, and all you really ask is that they seek the right assistance. That's all you can really ask. Seek the right type of assistance. It's not through pills. It's through conversation with professionals. So fucking everyone, man, self-love is the best love. Let's give a round of applause for everyone else.
Yes, give
just because I want to use the soundboard. It's been too long.
It's been too long. We haven't pressed anything yet.
It's been too long. I haven't pressed anything yet. So, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I just pressed stop right away. But I just wanted to get a clap going. Now, let's get a little happier, man, because I was getting cheese there.
Let's get happier. I don't think the next topics are happier, but okay.
We forgot to do this last week.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot to do this last week. So every week, guys, especially as new music is constantly being released, especially as we want to be talking about it with you guys and telling you guys some of our standout tracks and telling you guys whether or not we have oh my God, what the hell is that?
Oh my God.
I pressed play by accident. Whether or not we have an initial rating for things. We also want to tell you what's in our rotation.
What we're listening to.
What we're listening to, what's in our rotation.
What's bumping in the cars.
You start that off.
Okay, recently played. So pretty much Hip Hop Central on Spotify. If you have Spotify, I bumped that a lot, just I don't know what to bump. Astro World. Kamikaze, a little bit of it. Oh, this week I wanted to make sure I changed what was in my rotation.
And you recently played?
Yep. So I listened to Speaker Knockers. It's the Speaker Knocker. You probably don't know who he is.
I've never heard of Speaker Knockers.
Well, he's dead now. R.I.P. Okay. He passed away I think 2016. It's actually funny because when he passed away, I was like, I haven't heard of. He was on a hot streak. He was 2 or 3 songs that were blowing up. And after a few months, I'm like, whatever happened to this guy? And I googled it and I was like, oh, he passed away. They found him dead.
Was he young?
Yeah, he was I think 94 and he passed away in 2006. He was really young.
Damn.
And he wasn't signed. He was known for he produced his tracks, rapped on his tracks, and put it out to the public. And he was just talking to labels. And then No one really knows what happened. People said it was a heart attack. Some people say it was a lean overdose. No one really knows.
Yikes.
They
Anyways,
just found
moving
him dead
on
in his
because
basement.
I don't want to talk about death for so long.
Kid Cudi, I bumped Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon,
The
okay.
whole album, of course.
It's been on your playlist pretty
That's
regularly.
heavy. A bunch of old Young Thug.
Okay.
A bunch of old Lil Wayne too.
I rate it.
This is Lil Wayne on Spotify. Slime Season.
I rate it.
A bunch of Canadian music too. Canadian Toronto. Six Buzz's playlist.
Six Buzz has a playlist?
They have a playlist. It's all
Okay.
Toronto artists.
I rate
I
it.
bump that sometimes.
I gotta start
try to
checking
get
that out.
Toronto artists. And of course, we end the week with my boy Juice WRLD as usual, getting in my feelings,
Yo.
listening to Goodbye and Good Riddance, the whole album.
Yo,
That's
let
my
me
rotation.
let me tell you what's in
Oh
my
yeah,
rotation.
Juice WRLD. Oh, you told me to bring that up.
Let me tell you what's in my rotation.
Juice WRLD.
Juice
Yo,
WRLD.
okay, guys, we did it. We got this guy listening to Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD is in my rotation.
We got this guy listening to Juice WRLD.
This is my first time listening to Juice WRLD.
He was singing the lyrics too the other day.
You've explained obviously Juice WRLD and the album and
It's nothing special, but
how
I
you
just
can
like
expect
it.
to play it and what mood you have to be in to play it.
Mhm.
I'm in that mood.
There we go. Yo, guys are in your feelings sometimes.
Yo, I am
You just
in my feelings.
Gotta play that.
Goodbye and Good Riddance is definitely on my fucking playlist right now.
Yo, we did it, guys.
Let me see some standout tracks. All Girls Are the Same.
These girls are
The Uzi
same.
track Wasted.
Wasted.
Lucid
GTA
Dreams.
Love. Oh, Lucid Dreams was big.
Which one
Lean
else?
With It.
Used To Hurt Me.
Leaning with it, Scared of Love.
Shit.
Black and White.
It's a good album.
I'm with my black friends.
It's a good album.
Doing cocaine with
What
my
else is in my
white friends.
rotation? I also have
Victory Lap.
yo, Dreamville is heavy right now.
I gotta listen to that Dreamville album.
Heavy in my rotation right now. So I've been bumping Revenge of the Dreamers 2. So that came out I think in 2016. That of course is a Dreamville project. Cole, Boss, Cause, Omen's on there.
Earth
Ari
Gang.
Lennox is on there. Earth Gang is not on this
JID?
one. JID's not on this one either. This is again in 2016.
Is there another one after that?
Not that I know of.
Are they gonna come out with one soon?
Maybe.
Probably before their tour.
Maybe.
Or
Well, no,
before
they're
their
touring already.
Sorry, their festival.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I hope so. JID, of course, The Never Story. That's his 2017 project.
Never been dead, never been stopped.
I'm getting amped for his 2018 project that's supposed to come out. I think before the end of September, if I'm not mistaken.
You know which project I'm amped for? Lil Pump Harvard Dropouts.
Anyways,
I'm serious. I'm actually
the
pumped for
Boss
that
Project,
I'm
Milky
gonna
Way.
listen to that.
Milky Way, that's on my list for sure.
That's a new one, right?
Yeah, that's a new one. Royalty by Earth Gang. That's another
I need to
2018
listen to Earth Gang. You
project.
keep on talking about them. I need to give them a chance.
What else is on my list?
Why should I
Shit.
listen to Earth Gang?
Because they're amazing.
Any more than that? Music is objective.
Music's not objective.
Sorry, music is subject. No, music is
subjective.
it's subjective. Yeah. Sorry.
Why should you listen to Earth Gang? Because I feel like the rhythm that they use a good pace. Like if you like,
Who are they comparable to? Roughly.
they're almost
I
a
compare them
more. Put it this way. Let's say there's creative versus rap,
Yeah.
right? Someone like JID.
Mhm.
Technically, his name is Jid, if I'm not mistaken.
So why do they want to call him JID? Is it because they put periods between his name?
IMO, in my opinion. So if you listen to JID, as creative, as much as he is on the creative spectrum, he's still rapping.
Yeah.
Earth Gang, to me, is more on the creative scale
Okay.
and less on the rapping scale.
Okay. Oh, you just sold me there. No, not less on the rapping, but I like creativity in music. I like seeing different stuff.
So I really like fucking Earth Gang for that. So
Okay,
Royalty,
so
I'm bumping
Earth
that.
Gang, I'm gonna bump them.
Bumping that Victory Lap, like you said, Nipsey Hussle.
I knew
I
it.
truly feel like that could be the album of the year.
Hey, at the end of the year, we're gonna talk about album of the year. We're actually gonna do our own little Grammys or the Grammy. Yeah, at the end of the year. We'll
Like
do
I
album
don't
of
think
the
it's
year.
Everything Is Love anymore. I
We'll
think it's
put-
Victory Lap.
Ooh, that's a sick. Oh my god, I'm not gonna give that idea out.
Nah, don't put that idea out in the world yet. I'm bumping a couple of singles as well. Shit, what am I bumping?
Singles. Damn, I never seen you bump a single in my life.
I'm bumping Blood Orange.
Oh yeah, Blood Orange is dope. Actually, I was taking them in.
Blood Orange, that
Pretty
album
dope.
that came out, a
Pretty
Negro
fucking
Swan.
dope. A Negro song. I love that.
What's our next people's name? Emotional Oranges.
Wait, which one did you just say before?
I said Blood Orange. That's a different one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Emotional Oranges. I don't know why I mixed them up.
Emotional Oranges.
Yeah,
I'm bumping them. They
that's
have
what
a
I'm
track
bumping.
called Personal. That track is fire.
And low key good, yo. High key too.
Let me check Tidal because I'm still on my free subscription.
Tidal.
What am I bumping on Tidal? Jay-Z's entire collection.
He's not even joking. That's the funny part.
The usual.
Dead ass.
Shit, what's in my collection right now?
The party never ends.
I literally have just Jay-Z's entire catalog.
I don't want to choose what's stuck in my head.
That's kind of all I'm bumping right now.
When I bought Mo Bamba like every day after work.
Yo.
That's like my going home from work.
Yo.
I got home and my phone's dry.
Calling. Yo, fuck. That might be everything that's in my rotation. As of right now, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head.
Me neither.
Jazz classics, you got to bump that on Spotify.
That's why I said like my hip hop
at the right time.
Hip hop central gives me the singles I don't like. It gives me like that one random Drake song that I feel like listening to.
I like Tidal's jazz classics playlist. That shit goes in. I just find any reason to plug Tidal.
Pretty much, we know that. We know this.
Black excellence, man. Fuck, why not?
It was exactly. Wasn't it? Did you say why would I buy Belvedere when
Pause. Whoa.
When Diddy owns Ciroc?
That was Jay-Z. You mean?
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said is it Diddy that said?
Oh, I thought it was Jay-Z that said.
Yeah, Jay-Z said it. Jay-Z said,
yeah, that was a big line. That line made me think like, wow, I need to support more black people.
Facts. So we try to keep it black around here, man. Black love is
it's only black around.
Black love is the best love. Self-love is the best love. You already know what it
black
is. We got anything from music, man? I think that's it.
I'm good.
I think that's it on the music side of things. So let's get off of music. Let's get a little bit into, I mean, you can kind of call it politic-ish.
Anything that's not pretty much
politic-ish / sports-ish.
/ entertainment.
So that we can segue into sports later.
Yeah, I like that. Right? So when we're going to sports, you're only like, where did this come from?
Exactly. So I do want to talk about none other than Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
Tiger Woods has been playing very well.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke last week about that one-on-one matchup that he will have with Phil Mickelson. Winner gets $9 million. I said he's probably the favorite and he's probably going to win. But he's been playing well.
He wasn't the favorite. Remember we said Mickelson?
No, he is the favorite. No,
he had a negative. That means
that's favorite.
I don't bet.
Yeah, you don't bet. So you
I don't know what that. I thought negative just meant bad.
So Tiger Woods doing everything well. Right now, you know what happens when you do everything well.
The spotlight is on you hard.
Something bad is looming around the corner.
Yep, because like I said, the spotlight is just on you. Everyone's looking at every single step you make, every single word you say.
Tiger Woods has some things to say about none other than Donald Trump. So Tiger Woods was sort of pressed about people being threatened by Trump and his policy.
Okay.
And people, and people have noticed in the past that Tiger Woods has a seemingly friendly relationship with Donald Trump.
Well, he's not black, so.
And it turns out he does. So basically what Tiger Woods said is that, well, he's the president of the United States. Mm-hmm. You have to respect office no matter who's in the office. You may dislike them personally, politically, etc., but we have to respect the office, right? So
can I say something quickly?
Go ahead.
Because I sort of do understand where he's coming from.
I do as well, but let me finish. Let me get some more stats off because I think context is a little key here.
Because when Donald Trump got tweeted, I did tweet this, or maybe I said it to myself. I don't know if I tweeted it, but I said, "All right, Trump's the president. We don't like it." But you also don't want your president to be shit.
Let me get the next points off. Let me get the next point. Because again, there is some context that's going to be added to it. So Tiger was asked about his relationship with Donald Trump, right? And he says, well, I've known Donald for a number of years. We've played golf together. We've had dinner together. I've known him pre-presidency and obviously during his presidency, right? So that's just the one context I wanted to get off. Yeah. Trump does know Woods. They have a relationship. They have, at the very least, a cordial relationship, a professional relationship. Let's call it that. They've golfed together. I mean, we know Trump spends all of taxpayers' money on golfing,
Yeah, buddy.
and they've had dinner together. So,
See.
and I'm sure they've talked about women and things along those lines. So, Trump, Tiger Woods knows Trump. Tiger
Yes.
Woods has some bias towards Trump,
Yes.
whether it's conscious or whether it's unconscious,
Subconscious.
right?
Unconscious.
No, technically unconscious is the correct terminology.
But unconscious would be like you're not. Subconscious is like when you do it without thinking. Unconscious is like you're not even thinking.
They're still. I think they're both technically correct. Are we going to do this systematic versus systemic thing again?
No, that's not.
Fuck.
We're good. Subconscious versus unconscious.
Subconscious
No,
versus unconscious. Is that the name? I think we got the name of the episode. Subconscious versus unconscious.
oh,
Shit. So what are your thoughts on this? Because I think I'm gonna agree with what you're about to say.
I agree. I feel like when he won the presidency, like, all right, we don't like it. We don't like him, but he's also the president. You don't want him to be shit. You're in the country he's leading. So let's all gather around, teach this guy, Donald Trump, how to be a president and let him run the country as a president. And I think that's kind of what he's trying to say. Like, look, he's the president at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all rally around and make this country. I'm not gonna say great again, but let's
Don't
make
use
this
that tagline ever.
That's why I'm not gonna say that. Let's make this country well.
I think
that's what he's going for. Like, hey, like, I'm not saying I'm best friends with this guy, but I'm also know he's the president. And if he says, "What's my ideas to make this country better?" I will give him my 2 cents, and I will do that too right now. If Donald Trump calls me, "Hey, yo, Shola, give me some advice," I will give him some advice. I won't get.
What do you think I should do?
Dick. I'll be like, "Hey, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do." And I think that's where that's where Woods is coming from.
Right. So I think that last point that you said really solidifies what I think Tiger Woods is trying to say. So basically what you said was, if Trump calls you up, "Hey, Shola, what should I do to better this country?" You're not going to say, "Suck a nigga dick or something." Pause.
Pretty much.
What you're going to do is, or what you should do is, try to have progressive conversation at all times.
Which is what people are not trying to do.
I think the reason why Tiger Woods had said this, there's two sides of it, right? The first side is that I truly believe he's tone deaf.
Oh, yes.
And he's not aware of what's going on in the communities of people of color and how they're impacted by what Trump has done to this country, to the United States of America. I think that Tiger Woods voted for Trump. I think that Tiger Woods' circle of people voted for Trump because at the end of the day, the Republican system, whether you agree with the individual or not, the Republican system is the poor get poorer, the rich get richer. And as a rich person, you're inclined to vote Republican. That's just a fact, whether it's Donald Trump or whether it's whoever, right? John McCain or whoever is running. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just a fact. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tiger Woods voted for him. And that's first and foremost. However, there is always another side to the coin. And I think what the other side to the coin is that Tiger Woods makes a very valid point.
My coin has two sides.
Normally speaking, when you think about how society refers to Trump, it's a lot of insulting.
It is.
Right? Definitely. It's a lot of F that guy, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. I'm going to insult him in whatever way that I can.
Agreed.
I'm not going to even... Like, who was it that said? Probably a few people have said they wouldn't even sit in a room with him.
Definitely Angela Rye.
No, Rye would probably talk to him.
You think so?
Jay-Z said he wouldn't sit. No, who was it that said? Was it Jay-Z said he wouldn't sit in a room with Trump? I think J. Cole has said he wouldn't sit in a room with Trump.
See, I'm against that.
But that's the point I'm trying to make, right? So it's like, rather than completely alienating, cold shouldering, and I completely understand why you as a human being would want to do that.
I agree.
You're naturally inclined to do that for somebody that is as disgusting as Donald Trump.
Yeah.
However,
you
got to respect the presidency because at the end of the day, he is your president. And you got to try to make the most of it, even if it's the worst situation. You got to, what's the hip hop reference? You got to play with the cards that you're dealt with.
Exactly. And the cards that got dealt Donald Trump. So.
You're dealt Donald Trump. So how can you make that pair of twos try to win you the poker hand? right?
Ooh, that was an analogy there.
It's not that good
Donald
of a
Trump's
hand.
the worst hand in
It's
the
a
game.
trash hand, or the worst hand in poker. I think is
King 2, Ace 2.
Is it 7-2?
You
It
play
is
poker.
7-2. It's 7-2. 7-2 is the worst hand in poker. How can you make a 7-2 work for you to try to win the round?
It's bars.
That's what I think Tiger Woods is trying to say. Respect the fact that he is the president. Do the most that you can with him in office. And then when it's time,
get him out of here.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Don't get him back that second. Watch Donald Trump get a second term.
Watch
Donald Trump get a second term.
I don't think he will. I used to think he was going to, but I no longer think he's going to.
I don't think he will.
Do you think he will?
I don't think he will. I feel like he just lost. I don't know.
It's fucked up.
We can't keep on letting quote unquote celebrities start winning. Then life becomes a popularity contest.
That's true. I don't know, man. I want the Democrats to have a legitimate candidate.
That's true.
Next election,
there was no candidate.
I mean, Clinton was
everyone just thought she was just going to win. Like she wasn't really standing on. Anyway, I'm not going to go into politics.
Yeah, I know. This is not a politics podcast. We are not going to try to get into politics in any way, shape, or form, especially American politics, like Shola just said. But you know what? We wanted to make sure we talked about that because Tiger Woods is involved and because he's playing well. And now if he wants to find a way to not play well, he just found it.
And I found his race. His race is Kablan Asian.
Who?
You never heard about that? He did an interview like, what race are you? And he said, I'm Kablan Asian.
Tiger Woods?
Yeah, that's why black people don't claim him that hard.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
So I don't remember where it was, but he said in an interview like way back when, like in I think early 2000s, like what race? Because he's clearly mixed, and he says I'm Kablan Asian, a combination of Caucasian, Black, American, Indian, Asian. And everyone was like, yo, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why can't you just say you're black?
Kabalasian?
That shit like that.
What?
CABLIN.
Is it Kablasian?
Yeah, Kablasian. Wait, no. CABLIN Asian.
Kablan
Asian.
Kablan Asian?
Yes.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and that's
so he's trying to say he's Creole?
He's trying to say he's not black, but he's also not white. And it's like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Kablan Asian? Yo, I think we found the new episode name. It's Kablan Asian.
People already know that reference is Tiger Woods.
What the fuck?
You never heard of that before?
I've never heard of Kablan Asian ever.
No, it's only Tiger Woods that's ever said it. It's not a thing.
Oh, he made it up.
He made it up in an interview. Like someone asked him, what race are you? And he said,
oh my God. Asian. So he must have thought about this thing like prior to.
Yeah, that's why black people did not ride with him for a while at one point. They were like, yo, how you not going to just claim that you're black?
I don't know, man. I never really claimed Tiger Woods.
No one. That's what but you never heard of it because your parents are,
I've never claimed Tiger Woods. I mean,
I still claim him as black because he does.
Yeah, he's black. He's black. You're right. No, he's black. Tiger Woods, we're claiming him, man. Fuck that. If Logic is black, Tiger Woods is black.
Hey, Logic is mixed. In case you didn't know.
Did you know Logic is mixed by any chance?
I'll go listen to his album. I hope he doesn't talk about it.
I don't know, man. I think Tarantino 4 is coming out though, no?
Is it?
I think it
is. Dropped that single recently. Did you like that? I didn't.
Is that the one with that singer on it that I spoke about last week?
Ryan Tedder.
Yeah, I spoke. I haven't.
Yeah, you spoke about. I have not listened to that.
It's alright. It's too preachy.
His last album was. I felt like it was too
preachy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying too much. Just give me that spaceship one again, and we're good on that.
Right.
Let's get off this Trump shit. Let's get off this fucking Tiger Woods shit. Let's move on to some more racism. NFL. Now this is NFL related because it's related to Madden. We're talking about the Madden video game competition that unfortunately ended prematurely with a mass shooting. Now this is something that was widely spoken about, so we don't want to get too into it. Again, we do like to touch on things that haven't been discussed.
It's real life.
It's real life. I feel like the past couple of weeks we've been a little too popular.
I feel like we have been.
Definitely have been a little too popular. So you know what, man? We're getting in some shit this week that hasn't been talked about enough. Tiger Woods was definitely one of them. I feel like that should have been a main talking point.
Never heard anyone talk about Tiger Woods.
And didn't hear anyone talk about it. So we definitely wanted to make sure we cover that. But again, with the Madden video game mass shooting, I don't want to touch on this too long.
Me neither.
But I had an issue with...
Was he white?
He was white.
Yeah.
And the first news article that I saw, gunmen had mental illness in the past.
All right, that's it. Pack up. I'm going home. I'm done with this
Okay,
shit.
yeah,
I
you're
am
right.
done
So
with
we're about
I'm done with this shit.
an hour 10 in.
I
It's
am
been
done
great.
with this shit.
It's been great. It's a True North Views podcast. It's episode 19.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell
We
a
out
friend.
of here, man. Let's get the fuck
Stay
out of here.
warm.
So
Whatever. Watch out for wastelands.
it's like, okay. I don't even know where to go with this. I don't know where to go with this.
Did the guy that shot at Yorkdale have a mental history? We will never know. We seen the picture with him with the fitted on though.
We'll never know. And we'll get to that later.
It's so dumb, man. Like,
but see, again, I have a hard time even asking a question.
You gotta ask it.
Maybe we'll just leave it out there.
Just gotta ask it.
The gunman was white, Caucasian.
Well, he had mental issue.
And the first article that came out was, the gunman had mental illness in the past. This is where I was speaking about. Mental illness does not justify your action.
There we go. That's like that.
It does not justify your action. It potentially explains your action.
Okay. Now this is a good example of it explaining. Okay, it's a horrible example, but oops, sorry.
Fucking around. We're fucking around with the soundboard, guys. We're trying to figure out which sounds to put on it. And Shola's just playing ambient sounds, ambient white noise.
I hit something.
We wanted to see if we can try fucking around with that sound bite.
No,
but I don't think we can.
Sorry, I was going back to one saying. It's a bad example, but I don't understand what you're saying. Yes, his mental illness gets explained if he was mentally ill, but yeah, it doesn't justify his actions.
It doesn't justify the actual action itself. It's still wrong. Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. Because it's like you can't even fucking play video games nowadays.
What can you do?
You know what I'm saying?
You can't leave your house.
Fam.
It's unreal.
Oh my goodness.
Be safe out there, people, man. Just be safe.
Where did this happen?
At Jacksonville. Florida, yeah.
Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
Florida.
Is it an open gun state?
I don't know, but it's Florida.
Well, there were people there.
But
EA does plan to host a tribute to the two, because 2 people did lose their life. I think 11 people got injured.
Only 2 people lost their life?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
it's not.
I mean, obviously, but like I thought it was more.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
I thought it was more too, but when I did more research into it, it was only 2. It was a black guy and a white guy. So they actually have a GoFundMe, official, verified by GoFundMe.com.
Okay.
So if you guys want to donate money, if you're EA Madden players, by all means. I can't call Madden because they blurred out Kaepernick's name, and I need to put my foot down somewhere.
Yo, where? Okay, so let me ask a little sidebar question. How much do you put your foot down with the NFL? What do you allow yourself to do and not do? Because I was listening to a good conversation on the Weirdo podcast. Shout out to Devon Terrell.
Yeah, he's dope. I love his energy, man.
The Weirdo podcast. I don't remember the co-host's name, and I do apologize because I know that's family to him. But they had a really good conversation. They were talking about fantasy football. And they were talking about the NFL, and what Devon Terrell was saying was that I'm not going to stop watching.
I'm not going to stop either. I was watching college football before it came out.
Because where I put my foot down isn't with my viewership, it's with their sponsors. So if I can impact their sponsors can't give them as much money, and that's where I'm making my impact. Okay. So I guess, I mean...
Well, that makes sense, because I was watching college football before I came here, and I was enjoying that shit.
So, okay, so where do you put your foot down then? So you said you can't do Madden.
I'm not going to do Madden.
Because of the Kaepernick shit.
Yeah. Clear NFL.
Can you still watch games?
I can still watch games. Actually, I have no problem watching games. The only reason I could never watch games was just because I hate the head-to-head, helmet-to-helmet contact. That knowing that they're knowingly damaging their brains is what irks me. But then sometimes I see a nice play and I'm like, yo, I gotta watch football.
Can you would you still buy merch?
No. Even though I do have an Arizona Cardinals jersey.
Okay, but you have it already. That's different. That's different.
But I'm not buying any more jerseys. Like, I'm not trying to pay money to watch NFL. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Would you?
I wouldn't watch.
You wouldn't even watch it at all. You were never a big football.
No, I was never a big football guy, so it's easy for me to just completely tune it out.
I had a good 5 years of solid football watching with my brother. So I'm invested in football.
Yeah, I'm just not invested. I've never been invested. I mean, I used to be invested when like Madden '05 was out.
Remember Madden
We were
06?
talking about this Madden
Madden
'06
06,
with
the best Madden
Donovan
ever.
Mitchell, with Donovan McNabb on the cover.
Mitchell was in elementary school at that
He's
time.
probably a kid at that point. Fuck.
That was when you couldn't stop with Michael Vick in that one.
Michael Vick was
run,
unstoppable,
and he can throw. It made no sense.
He had power but no accuracy. His accuracy was 87. His power was like 94. And his speed was like 92. It just made no sense.
No one could catch him.
Nobody could catch Michael Vick.
We spent too much time talking about the NFL.
But again, I don't think I would support the NFL to any capacity. I wouldn't buy merch. I wouldn't watch the program. I wouldn't play fantasy football.
I'm done fantasy though. I stopped fantasy a few years ago.
Yeah, just I'm good. I'm good on the NFL.
I'm good.
But we're gonna stay on the NFL for one quick second as we transition into LeBron's show called The Shop.
Yes, that's a show on HBO.
Is it on HBO?
It's on HBO. I couldn't even find it anywhere. I've tried looking for the episode. I found a few clips, but I'm not trying to watch clips. I think it's only had one episode so far.
This might be the only one.
On that episode, he had a few names. He had Draymond Green, I think. He had Candace Parker.
Candace Parker was on there.
He had Snoop, OBJ, like you just said.
Snoop was that? Snoop Dogg?
There was an order. I think Snoop Dogg was there.
Shit.
OBJ was there, and there was a few other people I can't remember. Again, this is just from watching like highlights and watching not highlights, watching like trailers and stuff. But OBJ did say one part that I respected, and
I'm gonna play
Matthew's about to play that for you.
I'm gonna play that live and direct.
Take a picture I'm really in a rush. I gotta go. I get on Twitter. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a Giant season ticket holder for 30 years. Like, first of all, you 20 something, and then it's like, oh, he's an asshole. He didn't want to take a picture. It's like, to me, I be feeling like I tell people this all the time. I really feel like a zoo animal. Like, that's where life's gone for me. You know, we used to take your kids to the zoo, and we used to be like, I want to see the lions, or let's go see the lions. And you go out there, and the lions are laid out. You know what I mean? It's like, why aren't they doing lion stuff? You know what I mean? Like, I got people who call, Odell, dance, like I'm a show monkey or something. Like, I'm a puppet. You know what I mean? And it's like, to me, that doesn't feel good. But it's like, damn, that's what life became. But can you ever really detach from that?
So that's Odell Beckham on what is life like being in the spotlight.
He has, and we talked about this a few times.
That's what I was gonna say. This is a conversation that we've had more than once.
Yes, sir.
Right, and we said that it comes with the stardom.
It is part of being a star, but
we've also said that there has to be respect, on both sides.
And do you see what he said at the end there? He's like, "Is it possible to detach? Is it possible to just be?" Because according to what I heard, they went into more talk about this, and they pretty much said they were expected to put on a show for like an hour a day when they're on the field or wherever they do on the court. But then people don't realize that after that show's done, they go back to real life. People expect to be in that show mode, right, 24/7.
So it's almost like a wrestler,
like
right?
Said,
like do you expect Dwayne Johnson to always be The Rock?
Yeah, sometimes
in terms of WWE Rock, not just obviously the fact that he's known as The Rock to this day, right? Do you always expect Steve Austin to always be Stone Cold? Do you expect
OBJ to always be dancing?
OBJ to always be Odell Beckham Jr.
dancing,
as you see him on ESPN,
Twitter and
right?
Instagram, movie dancing to all the songs. It's like he's like, is it possible to detach from that? Like, eventually,
what do you think? Is it possible to detach?
I think it is if we let them.
Should we let them?
If Odell Beckham says, "I'm sorry, I'm running late to catch a plane. I can't take a picture," we shouldn't be going on Twitter and be like, I'm never going to be your fan again. We should be able to say, all right, man, I have to go catch a plane.
So you think there should be more responsibility on, let's just say fans, for lack of a better word.
Fans.
There should be more responsibility on the fans to be more sensitive towards the superstar.
Yes. I feel like it's our fault.
Absolutely.
It really is. And they can't be the superstar you know them as all the time.
So how do we get people to oblige by that? How do we get people to understand that these guys can't be in performance mode all day?
You just honestly, it's just something you got to know as you grow up. It's something you can't go on Twitter and go.
But
be in your
there's
feelings.
always going to be young fans, right? It's a rotating door.
We got to teach them.
Right?
Them. That's it.
How?
This show right here, if people see this clip more, understand. Wow, like he wasn't trying to be a bitch. He was late for a flight. I don't know if it was a flight, but
I guess conversation.
Yeah, conversation. Like
right?
we need to close that gap between these famous people and social media does not help the fact that
I think social media is helping though, because remember what Will Smith said on the Rap Radar podcast
himself on
how
social media.
Yeah, how like, and even like everyone's starting to acknowledge this. Yesterday's celebrity was unreachable.
And now they are.
Right? Like, think about the mega stars of yesterday, the Madonnas as an example. It was like, yo, you're not even going to see Madonna until she comes out to do that Super Bowl performance, as an example. You're not going to know what she's up to. You're never going to see a public video about her. A, B, C, D, and E, right? She's not going to exist outside of a moment where she's performing and making money.
And now you get to see her all over.
And now today's mega star, let's use DJ Khaled as an example. I mean, obviously, there's bigger stars, but he's a good example. Okay. You know every single thing that is going on in that guy's life. And that's what makes him a star. Will Smith, you know every single thing that's going on in his life. Even somebody like Jay-Z is a lot more visual than he used to be.
Okay, now let me do this. Play devil's advocate here. How many of these guys are actually putting what they are actually doing? How many of these guys have a team of people that run the social media that only put videos of them dancing, only put pictures of them eating at expensive restaurants, only put videos of them doing certain things?
But as opposed to what?
And now that's what we see. Whenever we go on, and I'm going to use OBJ just as an example. I've never gone on Instagram.
Australia.
If he posts 10 videos or 10 pictures,
right,
and 7 of them are of him dancing, when I see him on the street, I'm going to think, oh shit, that's OBJ. He loves to dance. Dance for me, OBJ, because that's all you're showing me. And that's that's where I'm just saying social media is not necessarily. Yeah, they're more reachable, but have them also showing us a fake life. How many people show a fake life on?
Well, I mean, it's like they say, you know, social media is your highlight, right? Social media is the highlight of your day, so don't compare your regular life to somebody else's highlights.
Well, see what you just said there? How many people actually know it's just a highlight?
I think everyone knows that now. I think it's obvious that not everyone knows that, but I think a lot of people are aware enough of that to continue to actively discuss it, to continue to actively say, hey guys, don't forget, these are their highlights. Don't compare your regular life. The reason why I know that is because that's a saying in the social media world.
Now, I know this just by my way of thinking.
Okay.
But I've never heard anyone ever say that. Actually, I may have heard someone say that once or twice, but it's not as common as I would want it to be.
Right.
Put it that way.
But then it's people's job, like us, to just spread, right? Like, communicate, spread the word, make people think. At the end of the day, I think that's the key. If you make people think about some of the things that they're doing, it will stop them from doing some of the things that they're doing.
So go back to your original question.
Okay.
Whose fault is it that, or how do we change this perception that these celebrities, superstars, don't always need to be in show mode 24/7?
I think it's the key to anything, right? So there's a reason why stigmas exist, right? There's a reason why perceptions, let's call it, exist. And like you said with the Odell Beckham Jr. thing, if you see, and again, I don't follow him, I don't know what his stories look like. But like you said, if he posts 10 stories on Instagram and 7 of them are him dancing, doing his shoot and all that kind of stuff, you're going to expect him to be in that dance mode at all times, right? The stigma is that he will be the character that you see on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So to remove the stigma, the only way to remove any stigma is conversation.
Right?
When you think about people who are homophobic, They have stigmas in their mind. How do you remove that? You have communication.
Yeah.
Same-sex marriage. To remove the stigma, you have conversation.
So this
back in the day when you were having safe sex conversations, you wanted to remove the stigma by having a conversation, right? So this is the exact same thing. How do we remove the stigma of not always thinking that these celebrities need to be turned on at all times? And that's definitely going to be a heavy pause because I don't know why I'm saying turning them on. You know what I'm saying? So, these celebrities
heavy
need to
pause.
be turned on at all times. You got to remove that stigma.
So OBJ talking about this in the show, and you can see the emotion when he talked about it.
Oh yeah,
everyone should watch that clip. Like you can see, like he's not just saying, he was like legit. Like I don't want to be this 24/7. How to let people know, like this is not me 24/7. Like I'm also being able to be late for a flight. Him talking about it, that's the start.
Absolutely.
Now it got us talking about it.
Exactly.
Now
and then it got us talking about it.
Our viewers talking about it.
Our viewers talk about it. And then once they tell a friend to 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 tell a friend, they will tell everyone about it. And then again, like I said, guys, this is a social experiment, man. It's a social experiment. The only way for everyone to know how to remove these stigmas is to spread the word about the podcast. It's that easy, right? Cool. It's that fucking easy.
So I just want to bring up a few other topics.
Yeah, I was just about to say there was a lot of other shit that happened on this as well.
Yeah. Just quick touch on it. We don't need to go in depth. The only one I want to talk about was the OBJ one. Candace Parker talked about being a parent.
Okay.
Which you never really think about celebrities as parents. It's hard to go out and everyone always has a picture.
Let's forget celebrity for a second. You don't really think about female athletes.
That's true.
As parents. Especially marquee female athletes like Candace Parker. She's the mother. She brings her. I remember I was listening to her on Michael Rappaport's podcast.
McCollum's podcast.
She said she brings her kid everywhere.
How old is her kid now?
I don't know how old now, but like since the kid was like infant, the kid was going everywhere with her. And the thing with WNBA, and we've spoken about this in the past, is that they play all year round. They got to play in that league in China to make money. They got to play in that league in Russia because they actually make more money than they do in the WNBA.
And then come back in WNBA. And that's but the WNBA is where they make their name.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
WNBA is where they make their name on a domestic level.
Yes.
And then international is where they actually make their money.
Playing.
So it's like, you're global, right? And you're a parent. So it's like, what do? Do you separate yourself from that child for X amount of time? Or do you bring your child with you and put your child through all of that?
Crazy. That's a hard. I can't even honestly. Unless I'm in that situation, I wouldn't even tell. What would you do? You have to play in China not China. I would play Poland. You have to play in Poland half the year. You have to play in Canada half the year.
I would bring my child. I think as much quote unquote wear and tear as it could be on their body, for what it is, I don't think there is wear and tear. And also what happens is your child, before they can even start to develop their own biases, are starting to see all different types of culture.
Oh, I see.
So now when they're 7 or 8 years old, Asian people don't look weird to them, or white people don't look weird to them, or black people don't look weird to them, or Brazilians that are dark-skinned don't look weird to them.
Or
they've seen everything.
Or they could have been called racial names in their school in Russia. I'm just giving an example. Again, just an example.
Potentially.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Potentially.
I'm not trying to argue your point. I do
that type of factor, you could argue, would be more common domestically than internationally. Because internationally, you would feel like they're almost more wowed by you as opposed to racist towards you.
Depends on where you go.
I mean, yeah, it depends on where you go. I mean, obviously, you can't really make a blanket.
Honestly, I've thought about that question. I don't know what I'll do. I need to be in that scenario.
Something like that, but
I need to be in that scenario for me to be like, here's my kid. I have a choice to make for me to make that decision. I would not be able to give you an answer.
I would definitely bring the kid with me.
Okay. Next topic. LeBron James regrets giving his son his name.
Did he say what?
Yes, the name he has to live up to. Imagine your dad's arguably the greatest basketball player of all time, and now you're playing basketball. Everyone's just looking at you like, dude, you have your dad's name. You better live up to that name.
Damn.
Like Bakana
He actually
Nice
said
said.
he regrets it. Eh? That's interesting.
I feel him on that.
That is super interesting. That makes complete sense. I think, again, you're absolutely right. It builds that psychological pressure. And again, man, we always have to over talk it because we're that generation to do it. You're talking mental health.
Yeah,
You're talking mental health
it starts
again.
here.
Like it could definitely start with having my father's name. Like look at fucking Michael Jordan's son. He didn't have the same first name, but he had the last name.
Marcus Jordan. He was the only one that
right, and
he was the best one out of all his kids.
Pressure. That can impact you mentally.
It definitely can.
It really can impact you mentally. So that's interesting that he had mentioned that. I want to get into the Draymond shit.
Yeah, he also talked to Draymond.
So Draymond talked about LeBron James finding himself. He said some shit that I think is spot the fuck on. I have the Instagram clip. I'm playing it.
Can LeBron ever come on and say, I'm the best basketball player playing? I think you should say that. I think you should believe that. And you should definitely let the world know that. I think Bron over the last 4 years became LeBron James. And it wasn't nothing to do with winning. It wasn't nothing to do with stats. He found himself. People didn't start to view him as they view him now until he became that force, that man to say, I'm here. I feel like for years he shied away from saying, I'm here. And when he started to say, fuck y'all, I'm here. That's when he became who he is. And no one would have ever said that until he did it himself. Motherfuckers fuck with Mike because Mike was like, I'm Mike with my hoop earring. Fuck all y'all, I'm here. And until he did that, that's when he became the figurehead that he is. So many people shy away from that, and that's why they never reached their full potential.
First of all, I need to find this show. I need to watch this show.
Yeah, this show sounds fire. First of all, for me, because you gave your first of all, so let me give my first of all. First of all, for me, I like seeing LeBron and Draymond in the same room.
Yeah, I don't
they definitely don't have beef, but it reminds you that the sport is the sport.
Oh yeah, like they leave shit on the court,
right? It reminds you that they definitely leave shit on the court, and like at the end of the day, it's all love, and we can still sit down and chop it up. I really like that.
When we go to ball, no, if you're on my team, we're all trying to beat each other. When ball's done, we're tying our shoes. We're just laughing,
real
shooting the shit.
We'll be arguing with each other like on a call or like during the game, ready to fight during the game. And then afterward, we're laughing. We don't even address the fight.
We don't.
We're just laughing.
It's just
afterward.
part of the sports.
That's it. So that was fun to see for me. I really like the fact there. But let's talk about that. What do you think about Draymond's comments?
I do believe because until LeBron started claiming himself as the king, which started a few years ago, he never really claimed himself as the king.
He always shied away from the limelight.
But then he put the king in New York.
Convo.
I mean, remember when he put King of New York or King's Playground? That's when you're like, yo, LeBron is the king. And you're like, yeah, he found himself. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I agree with everything LeBron.
I think he became sure of himself.
He became, yeah.
I think there was something there that he was missing. I think
he got that confidence.
I think what it was
big confidence. Pause.
Wow.
Pause.
Wow.
Pause, but you know what I'm trying to say. I don't even know
if I have the right sound for that one. It's definitely not that. It is definitely this one.
Round of applause.
Whoa. Wow. So he has that BDE, super pause. LeBron James has that BDE, super pause. I think what it is though, all jokes aside, I feel like he stopped comparing himself. I feel like he stopped chasing something. So he had 4 rings, or still has.
LeBron?
Yeah.
He has 3.
3?
Yeah, he has 2 in Miami and 1 with Cleveland. He has 2 in Miami and 1 with Cleveland.
Are you sure?
He won 2 in Miami, his second and third year in Miami, and then he won his first year with Kyrie Irving, or second year with Kyrie Irving against Golden State.
He does have 3. Okay, so he has 3 rings.
Because that's why everyone says he might not get to 6.
Kobe has 5. Mike has 6.
Yes.
Right?
Tim Duncan
So
has
I feel
5.
like at one point LeBron was chasing that.
Yeah, he was trying to go for 6 rings.
I feel like he's not chasing that anymore. I feel like he's no longer comparing himself to be like, yo, I don't need more rings than Kobe. I don't need more rings than Mike to be considered better than them. I think that people will understand that I played in an era with a true dynasty, being Golden State. At least, for 5 years of my career, 30% of my career,
good portion of your career.
or 25% of my career in LeBron's case, because he's going to play a ton of years. But I think people will understand the circumstances that LeBron was placed in to not hold his ring count against him.
I see.
So I think once he kind of woke up and figured that out and be like, you know what, the ring count doesn't matter. I'm really that guy.
He is.
I am that guy. I don't care if I don't have 6 rings. I am that guy.
You got that BD.
It's pause. Like yeah, super pause. It's like basically if you say something enough, people start to believe it. It's I forgot what it's called, but psychologically it's called some type of truth. Where
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, if I constantly tell you, yo, your face is red, your face is red, your face is red.
Eventually you'll start to think your face is red.
Exactly. You'll start to think your face is red. So by LeBron James putting it out there that he's the best, and then ESPN obviously is going to just run with that. You say it enough, and you say it enough, and you say it enough, and now all of a sudden the general public is talking about it. Right? Now, what were you going to ask?
Does this bring into something he talked about again on the show, where he talked about finally feeling empowered to use his voice? Do you think that helps? Because remember we talked about how LeBron stepped up his greatness by the school thing? It had nothing to do with basketball, but it's just like, yo, you're kind of great.
And do you remember what I said at that time? I said there's a reason why people say Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer of all time. I can name 3 heavyweights that beats him.
That could beat him.
Lennox Lewis beats him. Mm-hmm. You can argue Holyfield beats him in his prime.
Boxing's all you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can name people that I truly believe will beat Muhammad Ali. But the reason why people say Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time is because what he used his brand for, what he stood for, what he supported, what he stood against, what he was fighting for, all those different types of things. So it's like there has to be something beyond the actual art itself that makes people start to appreciate your art more.
And that's why
LeBron James, he says he's finally going to use his voice.
And he has been.
You see where he's like, I don't fuck with white people?
He said that?
He said that.
Oh.
There's a meme. He's like, I don't fuck with white people.
Context, guys. Context. Context.
Yo,
that's just one line.
It's just like a half-second meme. I don't fuck with white people.
But I'm just saying, everyone's going to run with that and say, LeBron does not fuck with white people.
But I wonder, like, how you get away with those type, like, I always think to myself, if we should be saying those kind of things.
Like, I don't fuck with white people?
Yeah.
Well, I guess when you mean it sarcastically.
Because, well, that's the thing. We're saying it in a way that's insensitive, right? And we have reason to say it. So there's a huge difference between black people and white people. Yeah. Black people have been oppressed. White people have not been oppressed.
Still being oppressed.
Right?
Systematic oppression.
There's wow. There's a reason for black people to feel a way towards white people, as an example. But I always think to myself, when we say, yo, I don't fuck with white people, what if another color was used?
I don't fuck with...
You know what I'm saying? What if another color is used? Is that statement still okay? And that answer is clearly no.
Statement's never okay. First of all, even as black people saying we don't fuck with white people.
That's my point.
It's still a wrong statement.
So I don't know, man. I just try to make myself more and more...
politically correct?
Not even to say politically correct. Just say more sensitive.
Okay.
More sensitive. More aware of the impact of what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because now if I say I don't fuck with white people, that 7-year-old black kid is going to hear it.
Yeah.
And that 7-year-old black kid is going to preach the same message.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with white people.
I don't fuck with
and as a result, the 7-year-old white kid is going to further subconsciously oppress the black person.
Yeah, I don't fuck with.
And give them a reason to not fuck with white people.
Yeah.
And it's just creating a cycle. In my opinion.
Yeah, but there's that whole thing where like white people say black people need to stop feeling oppressed, and black people say, "Oh, you guys not." It's like chicken and the egg.
It's
thing.
A fucking tricky
It's
world,
a chicken
man.
and the egg thing. It's like black people say you guys are oppressing us. White people say stop making yourself feel oppressed.
Yeah, and it's just it's a never-ending cycle. It's vicious. It's chicken and the egg. It's all that stuff.
I don't know, man.
A lot of things in life just don't make sense.
It really, and it would probably never will, to be honest. But
one thing that definitely does not make any sense whatsoever is Louis C.K. just back to performing 9 months later as if nothing happened.
wow.
Getting standing ovations.
Okay,
Things like that.
Do you know what Louis C.K. did?
Yes.
What did he do?
Do you know what Louis C.K. did?
Yes.
So Louis C.K. had problems with masturbating in front of women, just being a pervert, just an overall pervert. He says he's never touched anyone.
Okay.
Potentially, I believe that.
Because no one ever really
But
reported.
you're whipping your dick out. Oh, let me just masturbate in front of you. It gets me off.
That's so
I just
weird,
want to
first of all.
masturbate with you in the
That
room.
is so weird.
You know what, Louis C.K. So what he basically said after that incident, right? Because he's someone that's kind of speaks openly, and he's
Yeah.
someone that's going to acknowledge his wrong, so to speak. So basically what he said at that time was, I have spent my long and lucky career talking and saying anything that I want. I will now step back and take a long time to listen.
Yeah.
That long time was only 9 months.
Okay,
So-
well, that brings me to my first question.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I didn't get this question right because I wrote it down. What is the suggested exile, quote unquote, exile time for someone to come back and start working? When do they stop being canceled? When do we start saying, okay, you still need to make money?
Depends on the crime.
So Louis C.K., he stopped whipping his dick out for 9 months, or so not stop, but for 9 months he didn't do anything after he was caught or whatever. Now,
Word.
should he not come back to business? Should he not come back to work? Or do you think it's still too soon?
I think it's still too soon.
What would your suggested?
I think the suggestion isn't only time. I think the suggestion always has to do with remorse.
Okay.
I think it always has to do with, do you feel like they have felt remorse for their actions?
That's true. That's good.
Have they shown signs where, have they done maybe public speaking for the rights of women and women in the workplace not being sexualized and objectified and
okay.
things like that?
That's what I want to know.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
it's
don't
like,
know. I'm like, how will I, if Louis C.K. says come to Toronto, why will I not go to a show?
that's the weird part. It's like you can't put a time on it. There's no way that you can put a time on it. It
Like
just
you
wouldn't
gotta
make
show actions.
Exactly.
Really actions.
We got to see that you've been remorseful. We got to see some actions that show that you truly understand that your actions at the time were poor actions. Your decisions at the time were poor decisions.
And you understand that.
And that you understand that they're poor decisions, and you understand in the future that they will never be an issue moving forward.
Okay.
Right?
It makes sense.
What was super interesting about CK's return is that the people at the comedy club didn't even know he was performing. Right?
So
So
they do it all the times. Like comedians do that.
That's the thing. It's a pretty normal thing that they do. So like a big name comedian very much will go to a small show if they want to test out their jokes.
Yeah.
Right?
Even Andrew Schultz talks about it a lot.
Exactly. So you know what? He didn't announce it. I think they said one person was reported saying, because again, he got a standing ovation.
Yeah.
First of all, what do you think about that? Is that problematic?
Well, if
standing O?
Sorry, you only get standing ovation if it's funny.
But like I'm saying he got a standing O as he came out.
Nah, man. Like you said, it depends on his cancel time. Do you think it was time for him to come back? From what you know about Louis C.K. Okay, so you definitely wouldn't have given a standing ovation.
No, I wouldn't have. I
wouldn't either.
I would have been like, what? This guy's on the stage?
For you to get a standing ovation, like you said, like if he has shown his actions, he's done this. He's like, hey guys, I've done this. I've apologized to these people. I've done this to make my actions better. I've done this so it doesn't happen again. I have security so no girls are in my room. Some bullshit like that. And okay, he's made an effort to change. He took time off. Now he's coming back. Let's give him a standing ovation. He worked out his problems, and now he's coming back to work. It's like work. Someone has a problems at home. They take time off. I get it. They come back. But I would not give him a standing ovation because I don't.
No, I would definitely wouldn't give him.
He just went out of the spotlight for like 9 months and came back.
So that one person that I was talking about it, they said it felt like he was being thrusted upon the audience without telling them. Yeah, she was very adamant in her ways.
Okay, Becky.
Yeah, that was definitely a I'm gonna call the manager type of person. But apparently the show wasn't even that good.
That's what I heard. I read
It
a few
wasn't
articles
that
on it.
good. Shit, I couldn't believe that. They said there was a missed opportunity, is what one person had said about Louis C.K.'s. But why do you think they said that? Because I think it has to do with the fact that he didn't address some of the things.
Did he,
Like when Kevin Hart cheated, he made jokes about his cheating.
He did.
Right? When what's the special that had a solid second half? The Chris Rock one.
I know I didn't finish that. You say
great second half
because I could not get through the first.
You know when Golden State goes down at half,
it felt too like,
and you're not worried.
Rehearsed.
Whatever. I mean, but yeah, you know when Golden State's like down by like 7 at halftime, and you're like, yeah, you're gonna go off. That's what the Chris Rock special is.
I don't know, man. I went like halfway through, and I'm like, this thing sounds so like rehearsed.
Because that's only the first half.
Well, yeah, I'll try second half. Well, they're down like he's down like 20 in the first half.
Nah, damn, don't do that. But maybe that's why. Louis C.K. again, I'm not gonna knock him for doing the performance, because again, I'm not following up with him per se, but I'm just gonna say the public perception of Louis C.K. is that you haven't shown your remorse.
Yeah.
And if you haven't shown your remorse, then you can't come back just like that.
I agree. I agree with
That's really all there is to it. I got nothing else to say about Louis C.K. man.
All I had for that whole story was, what is the suggested time? And you told me it's not time, it's action. I agree with you with that. And I don't think he's done the proper action for me to ever care to see him return.
Facts.
So, yeah.
Facts. Random thoughts, man. Random thoughts. That Ariana shit.
Ariana Grande shit. That, first of all, I'm going to stop saying... First of all, I'm going to stop saying first of all.
This guy said, first of all, I'm going to stop saying, wow, okay.
that pastor, in case you guys have not seen it, he is really touchy-feely.
Very touchy-feely guy.
Shout out to cameras.
First of all, even the Taco Bell first of all, I just said first of all.
First of all, it's just a thing.
I want to stop saying that now, just because you said you're going to stop saying it.
I realized I say it a lot. After you saw it, I'm like,
too.
First of all.
We can't always have first of all.
First of all of everything.
You know what I'm saying? Let's try not saying that. The pastor, like you said, very touchy-feely.
Yeah.
Insensitive.
Like
when I saw Ariana Grande, I thought it was a new menu on Taco Bell. What did he say?
That's horrible. Man.
What did he say? So he ended up apologizing. So that's good. I can't believe, first of all, I can't believe he said that shit, the Taco Bell shit, which is low key didn't get enough attention.
I have a few questions about this pastor. How many of his has he had sex with?
Wow. Whoa.
I'm going there.
Wow.
I am going there. So, this doesn't come out of nowhere.
Whoa. But listen, man, at the end of the day, we have to preach some positivity. Salute to the pastor for apologizing.
What did you say?
Salute to him for apologizing. Because it does take a real man to apologize. What did he say? I'm going to read some stuff verbatim here.
Okay, Shiggy.
So he said, remember when Shiggy read the script? I feel like Shiggy right now. It would never be my intention to touch any woman's breasts. I don't know. I guess I put my arm around her. Maybe I crossed the border. Maybe I was too friendly and familiar. But again, I apologize. I hug all female artists and male artists. Everybody that was up, I shook their hands and I hugged them. That's what we're all about in the church. We're all about love. I'm reading like Shiggy.
I figured.
The last thing I want to do is be a distraction to this day. This is all about Aretha Franklin. I personally and sincerely apologize to Ariana and her fans and the whole Hispanic community. When you're doing a program for 9 hours, you try to keep. when you do a program for 9 hours, you try to keep alive. You try to keep it lively. You try to insert some jokes here and there
and touch up.
Yo, first of all, let's talk about that. I said first of all again. Sorry. Let's talk about the fact that the Aretha Franklin funeral took forever.
Yo, that thing was long.
It might still be going on.
I thought I could just zoom in and zoom out.
It might still be going on. I've never seen
it was long.
a funeral arrangement that long and that public ever.
I was about to joke about
just putting that out there.
I'm not going to say the joke on air.
Back to the pastor.
First of all, he said. First of all, here I go again. I'm gonna start with. He said maybe my.
I'm gonna start with. You can't replace first of all with I'm gonna start with. You just have to eliminate it. You gotta say, okay. I'm gonna start with. Yo, we have like 5 potential episode names here. Are we gonna do first of all as the name of the episode?
First of all, no more first of all.
First of all.
He said maybe my hands got too high. And I hate apologies that always say maybe this.
Maybe this.
Say this. I saw the video. I now see my hands got high. That was not my intention. Like I hate when you say
or
maybe.
That was wrong.
Yes.
That was wrong of me to do. That was
like,
not my intention.
I didn't realize my hands were that high. If that's
not,
what
maybe it was too high. Because now you're trying to like hex us and
it's like
thinking some weird shit.
Like and that's why I don't take these stupid apologies seriously, because half is written by a media team.
Yeah.
And it's just
you're publicist.
It's just so like I don't care about his apology. I just hope Ariana Grande. I don't know, it's fine. Make his track
you know what? Let's just hope that Ariana did not feel too uncomfortable.
Exactly, that's what I meant.
She looked very uncomfortable. But again, let's hope that this doesn't strike her in a way that's borderline traumatizing. Right? That's all that we can really hope for.
Open up a can of worms for her or something.
Absolutely.
Like let's not make this bigger than it needs to be. Or let's just let's. Mm-hmm.
Facts. That's pretty much it. Any other random thoughts? I think I'm good on that.
I have nothing. It only you know what? Let me just check this Insta quick time.
Check the homepage of Insta.
Yeah, let me just.
You always got to check the homepage of Instagram, because I feel like whenever you finish recording, and this goes out to any other podcast, whenever you record.
You see some
and you finish recording and you see something immediately has happened.
It's like World War III starting. Like,
exactly.
We just could have talked about it.
Okay, let me check Twitter then. You check Instagram.
Yes.
Let's do this real time, live and direct.
You're getting it right here.
What's trending? Queen Radio is trending. No, never mind. My thing just refreshed.
The guy dunking, the guy dunking on kids in at the daycare. Did you see that?
That's
you
an
sent
old
me
video.
the video.
Is that an old
one?
A
few days ago. Kobe Bryant calling Diana Taurasi she's doing goat thing.
She been the goat.
Kanye.
Man,
a woman was forced
to
show her menstrual pad.
Oh no, I don't want to talk about that.
Serena Williams wears a cat suit. I'm just saying shit.
No.
Guys, these are topics we could have talked about.
No, let's
for time we didn't.
Well, fuck it, man. Let's just get right into that CCS then, man. Let's get into that crazy Canadian shit. You already know what it is, guys. It's weekly. It's eye-raising. It's what the fuck. It's all those weird-ass stories that really make you raise your eyebrows, with the common theme that they're all from right here in Canada. Sometimes they are very local, and sometimes it's a big-ass country. Sometimes they're pretty far away.
It's all over the world.
So we got a few local ones here. Some of them are a little bit negative. You know what? I want to get into the negative one first.
Let's get the negative shit out of here.
Let's get it out of the way. So unfortunately, there was gunshots that were fired at Yorkdale Mall. Now, for those that don't know, Yorkdale Mall is one of the biggest, arguably the biggest mall in Toronto.
Oh yeah, I think only.
I want to say it's
Eaton's bigger. I think just square footage wise.
I think it's. But bigger in terms of popularity, bigger.
Like notoriety.
Yeah, it might
be
Yorkdale.
Like good notoriety.
I think it's Yorkdale.
Yeah, easy, and it's more accessible than.
So shots were fired. The entire mall had to be evacuated. The area already is a high traffic area.
401 there. Good luck.
So you would imagine the ruckus.
I know that 3 p.m. on a Thursday.
Yeah, so you're talking rush hour in Toronto starts at 2 and ends at 8. So, so it's like
he's not even lying.
You're definitely almost in the heart of rush hour at that time.
And it's right beside the 401. It's horrible.
I think what'd you say? The shooter was 20 years old.
I think they came out with a picture. I can't remember his name.
I don't think they said anyone was hurt.
Yeah, there was no one was hurt.
No one was hurt. So that's
people were
definitely
hurt, but
a
it wasn't
good thing.
From the gunshot. It was just part of
like trampling or exiting. Exiting hastily. Some would say. So again, thankfully, no one hurt. Let's just get that out the way.
Thank God.
Stay
Prayer
safe.
hands, prayer hand emoji.
The city's hot no matter what time of day, no matter where you go nowadays. The city is hot.
Even in the morning.
So make sure you keep yourselves safe. Let's get that out the way.
Yes, sir.
I was just about to say first and foremost, but I'm not gonna do it. Now let's move
Let
on.
me start with.
Now let me start with. Let me move on to some weird shit that thankfully had an update to it prior to this
Is this
episode
thankfully?
releasing. So
Is this
the
thankfully?
first sex doll brothel was set to be opened up in Toronto.
Woo!
Right?
Let's go. Let's go.
To
Let's
really
get it.
cut to the chase here, it said we operate similar to a brothel where the guests come in.
Okay.
They have their own room.
Damn.
We have a TV monitor that plays adult entertainment for them. And we have a sex doll that will be ready and waiting for you in your room.
Sounds lit.
The names, the photos, the descriptions of the dolls can be found on the company's website,
okay.
along with their rates. Their rates would be something like $80 for one doll for 30 minutes.
Okay.
All
bad.
the way up to just under $1,000, $960 for two dolls for 4 hours.
What the fuck are you doing with $2 for 4 hours?
Shout out to anyone that can last 4 hours. If you can afford $1,000 and if you can last 4 hours, then go for it because that's clearly right up your alley. Shout out to you for that.
Would you be going to this if it was opening?
No. No.
I just had to do it, guys. I had to do it for the viewers, just so they know.
Now, I'm going to update right away. Thankfully, it will not open up after all.
Just when you womp type of.
We do need a womp womp womp
like something
for the podcast soundboard. It would violate an old city bylaw. I did not look up which bylaw that is,
I was gonna ask you.
but that is hilarious. That's the only reason why it's not opening, because it will violate a city bylaw.
I know it's probably a bylaw from like 1482 that was like
Some bullshit.
no doll shall have sex with humans.
To be honest, I think they only said like decades old. I don't think they said hundreds of years. What do you got for your CCS, man?
All right. A dating website for Canadian prisoners, prisoners, actually exists, and it is strange AF. In Canada, there's a site actually set up to help people in jails, prisoners, find love or friendship, even if they're convicted of murder.
Hey, man, there's somebody out there for everyone.
Yo, legit.
There's somebody out there for everyone.
The website
What's this called?
is called, and for you viewers that want to find love in a hopeless place.
Oh, damn.
See my reference there? It's called Canadian Inmates Connect.
That's CIC. Hit me on the keek. Hit me on keek.
Okay.
Yo, I don't know a single person that used keek in real life, but go on.
Yeah, that's right. Its goal is to connect people who are doing real-time jail with people outside, with hopes that correspondence will make them better people. There's a picture of the site. Along with the photo, they also provide a short paragraph, and this is the prisoners, of how long their sentence is and why they're in prison.
My name is Tyrone, 28 years old. I'm in here for 3 more years. And I was put in here for this reason. I'm a young, loving church man. I like long walks on the beach. That's basically what it is?
No, I have an example here.
Okay, let's hear an example.
First of all, there's a big heading that says, please be advised, it is not recommended money be sent to inmates.
Yo,
That's the first thing you see. So I see one guy here. I'm not going to say his name. It says where he is, Millhaven Penitentiary. It says the address, says date of birth. Convicted of, right there.
Okay.
Helicopter escape, first degree murder.
Whoa.
Comma on appeal.
Whoa.
Expected release date, life. that this is all off the website, guys.
Whoa.
Interested in corresponding with women.
Yo.
So here's his little blurb about himself. I'm from Matre Blanc, Quebec. I'm 41 years old. 6 feet 220. Damn, I know girls are going crazy right now. Brown hair, blue eyes. Jeez.
You definitely got to pause. You're sheeshing too much there.
Pause. I am very fit. Black belt in martial arts. I'm a clean person, very generous and empathetic. You're like, oh, okay, sound like good. Wait till I read this part. I don't lie, and cannot stand liars, hypocrites, and abusive people. Sorry, nigga, aren't you getting tried for murder?
This person
Abusive people?
sounds well, abuse and murder are different, but this person sounds a little sociopathic, in my opinion.
I am very hopeful and positive, and I still have a lot to offer. Even though I'm locked up for a daring helicopter escape and an appeal for a new trial, I am looking to exchange letters with good-hearted women between the ages of 23 and 43.
Wow, that's a wide range.
It's-
I think the lesson here, man, is that there is somebody that is out there for everyone. Inmates need love too.
Oh, and it's not free. They pay $35 a year for this.
Inmates need love too, and I'm not even mad at this.
Right.
Shout out to, what is it called?
Inmates. Oh, sorry.
Keek, what's it called? Canada Connect, some shit. Canadian Inmates Connect.
Canadian Inmates Connect.
Shout out to the CIC, because everybody needs love. Everything is love. Shout out to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Just
Just
not
cause.
working out for you guys.
Just
There's
cause.
CIC for you.
Now, unfortunately, that will bring us to the sad, unfortunate ending of another episode of the True North Views podcast. Now, as usual, guys, like I mentioned off the top, you can follow us at True North Views on Twitter, on Instagram. It's all one word, TrueNorthViews. You can listen to us on your platform of choice. Spotify being one of the biggest ones, YouTube being one of the biggest ones, Apple Podcasts as well. Otherwise, just Google us and you will find us on your favorite platform of choice to listen to your podcasts. As usual, guys, we're just going to have one ask of you.
Just one thing, guys.
Please spread that word. Continue that conversation.
Please, y'all.
By telling a friend to tell 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 a friend.
Guys.
You know what it is, guys. It's 6 degrees of separation.
6
You know
degrees.
how it works. You know the social experiment by now.
Come on, guys.
If you tell 6 mans to tell 6 more mans, and you ask one additional thing of them, and that additional thing being that they tell 6 more mans each,
Yo, we'll be running the world in no time.
everyone's gonna know about us.
We'll be
So
out
let's
there.
try the social experiment. Let's see how close we can get, how quick we can get to that.
Let's do it.
And we'll let you guys know. We'll let you guys know. Now, as usual, I go by the name of Harris,
You can call me JustShola.
and I guess there's only one thing left to do. Tell them that number one rule.
Watch out for them wastemans, yo.
Watch out for the waistbands. It's September. Stay fucking warm out there.
Stay warm in the morning and evenings. Stay,
And stay cool
in
during the day.
afternoons.
In the afternoon.
Or yeah, during the day when the sun's out.
Nonetheless, it's the True North Views podcast, episode 19.
No more first of alls.
We legal.
For first of all.
Let's get it.